we'll start with the easy rolls. With the werewolves, there will be regular werewolves. There will also be a tough wolf, which the tough wolf will survive their first attempted daytime kill. So if you vote to kill them, they will survive it, and the day will end, and we'll go to the night. There will also be a den mother, which is a special werewolf. Each night, the den mother will wake up by themselves, and they will learn if the seer found a wolf that night. So the seer will go first, then the werewolves, then the den mother will wake up. I'll give them a thumbs up if the seer found a wolf, thumbs down if they didn't. So that's the werewolf team. Then for the village team, there will be a regular seer. There will be a bodyguard. There will also be a prince, which the prince, sort of like the tough wolf, if you kill them, vote to kill them during the day, they will survive the first time. So there's two different characters, one on each team, that if you try to kill them during the day, the first time they will survive, but will immediately go to the night phase. There's also the Motivator, which each night the Motivator will pick another player. If that player has a night roll, they'll get to do it twice. So if they pick the Seer gets to look at two people. If they pick a werewolf, the werewolf will get to kill two people. So they have to be careful who they pick. If they pick the bodyguard can protect two people. So whoever they pick, if they pick a plain villager, then nothing will happen. We also have a gunsmith. On the first night, the gunsmith will give another player of their choosing a gun. The player, I will message the player that they now are in possession of a gun. At any time, they can use that gun. If they want to shoot someone during the day, if they want to use it like a hunter after they get killed, if they want, I'll wake up each night, I'll wake up the gun owner. If they want to kill someone at night, they have one chance. They can use it whenever they want to kill somebody. Once that gun owner has used it, then the gunsmith can give a gun to another player. And of course, the gunsmith could give it to a werewolf unknowingly. So then the werewolves have an extra kill. So does that make sense to everyone?
I assume the gunsmith can't give it to themselves.
Correct. They can't give it to themselves. All right. There will also be a drunk. So the drunk will not know their role. But instead of the normal 3 days that drunk will not know their role, there's another character called the enabler. As long as the enabler is in the game, the drunk is drunk. If the enabler dies, the drunk will find out what their role is. So if the enabler thinks they're not a great role and they want to give themselves up so the drunk could become their role, they can. But the drunk might become a werewolf, so that might be a mistake as well.
So any role except for the enabler can be drunk, right?
Correct. Yep. And also an attribute that will be given to one random villager, it could be any of the roles or a plain villager, is possessed, which the possessed is a villager, but they count towards the werewolf win condition. So if it gets down to like 3 werewolves and 4 villagers, but one of the villagers is possessed, that would count as a 4th werewolf. So they're a villager, but in the end of the game, they could count towards the werewolves. And finally, there's an artifact that one person will get, which is the tinfoil hat. The tinfoil hat, if the seer looks at the player with that, I'll just give them I don't know what they are, because you can't read the mind of a person with the tinfoil hat. Also, if the person with the tinfoil hat dies, I will not reveal which team they're on.
And that could that could be on top of being a werewolf or a villager, right?
Right. So it could be anybody is going to have that. So you could kill a werewolf, and if I don't say what the person who dies, then you'll not know which team they're on.
That's cool. Have you thought about? Have you made these up yourself? Or?
Man, Adam, you've got the best rolls.
Yeah.
I'm up to like 250 different roles on my
Damn.
spreadsheet that I've found from different places.
I was gonna say, did you make this up in the last 10 minutes?
No,
What?
no, that's
So-
why it took so long, because I was searching for some different stuff.
So one question for you, Adam. On the Prince,
Mhm.
they survive their first daytime kill, but if they get picked at night to be killed by a werewolf, do they
They-
survive that?
No, they will
Oh,
die
okay.
on the first one.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's only a
Question
daytime
on the
kill.
same thing, but for the werewolf.
The tough wolf.
Yeah, they survive, but we'll know they're a wolf, correct? When
No,
they come
because
back.
it could be the prince.
Okay.
Because there's one person on each team that'll survive their first
Okay.
lynch
Gotcha.
attempt. So
Gonna be fun.
You're doing these roles random, right? Because I feel like I'm the only girl I don't want to be the dead mother, to clarify, because I'm
You want to be the
Yeah.
princess, right?
I do all of
I
them.
was the princess. I didn't really enjoy being the princess.
Does the
Ah.
motivator have to use their power?
They do not.
Prince is
Yeah,
my favorite
nobody
role
is
in the game.
required to use their power, and the motivator, like a bodyguard, can't pick the same person. So if they find out who the seer, they can't just pick the seer every night. They have to mix it up.
So the
And which-
enabler can choose to not use their power.
The motivator.
What about the enabler?
No, the enabler, as long as they're alive, the drunk
Okay.
is drunk.
They can't choose to say, I don't want to use my power anymore, or let the drunk be not drunk.
No.
Okay.
They sacrifice themselves.
And
so.
I assume the drunk is killed before the enabler, then the drunk is just a villager.
Right. Yep. All right. I will mute you all.
Again. Adam, you're muted. It's 2 out of 2.
Adam, don't go to sleep when you tell everyone else to go to sleep.
Are we not muted yet?
There. You know, after a month of doing this, you would think I'd figure it out, but apparently not. Okay. So let's see. Who wakes up on night 0? The Seer. Seer wake up. Who would you like to know about? Thumbs up means that they're Remember, thumbs up means they are a werewolf. Thumbs down means they are not. If I shrug my shoulders, then they're wearing the tinfoil hat. Those are the 3 options. All right. Let's see. Gunsmith, wake up. Who would you like to give a gun to? Remember, you cannot give it to yourself. And if it wasn't clear, there's only 1 gun out at a time, so you won't be able to do this again until someone actually uses it. So, okay. All right. And no need for the bodyguard, no need for the motivator. Werewolves wake up, take a look at each other. Wait just a second. Werewolves wake up again? Okay. All right. And Den Mother, wake up. Thumbs up means the seer found a werewolf. Thumbs down means they did not. All right. And that's it for the evening. Everybody can wake up and discuss what they think happened. Or wait, I died. Everybody try to figure out who. It didn't work for Connor. Nobody tried to find his killer.
Nobody
so I'm
cared
not even
anyway.
gonna try it. Yeah. You guys don't care who kills the moderator.
What?
so
No backstory?
No.
I am suspicious of Blake, Joseph, and Daniel.
Oh, okay, wait,
What?
let's not start.
Hey,
We need a
wait up.
truce.
This was
right
a
now.
clean slate. Come on, we should be
Truce.
like.
Truce.
Just said
Wow.
not meta.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
Don't
There you
throw us out. Start the game. I thought it'd be me. Nick, this is your first game with me. I'm not gonna accuse you yet. Don't worry. I'll wait till day 2 if I'm still alive. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys.
Blake will take care of you, Caitlin.
I know.
Yeah.
The last
Uh,
name of
So
Daniel.
much for the no
Name
meta.
2 of the 3 werewolves. He
I've
didn't
got a
laugh.
few people I'm suspicious of. 14 of them, in fact.
14? Aren't we 14?
That includes himself, I guess.
You're including
Suspicious
yourself.
of yourself.
It's actually Adam. He's
Oh,
suspect.
yeah.
He's one of his
Oh,
suspects.
yeah.
Who's not playing that? Oh, sorry, Sam's not playing, is he?
Right.
I got Sam still
Right.
appearing on my screen.
Were there any?
Oh,
Were there any of the roles that like that person wouldn't know they are that role? Like you know how we do Dreamwolf doesn't know the Dreamwolf. So like were any of those roles?
The drunk.
Drunk.
Okay, just the drunk.
So I was thinking like the.
Sorry about that.
I'm just curious, like the Den Mother. What's the use of that information?
Be on the lookout because you know that the Seer's found somebody. So I don't know
Oh, yeah,
if somebody
so if-
nominates
oh,
a
yeah.
werewolf or you know.
Oh,
You might figure out who the Seer is that way, I guess.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
She can also claim that she's the seer during the day.
Are you gonna
The
do
Seer
that?
could be in a drunken stupor, right?
Not yet. Nah, I have no info. I'm sorry for you. Oh, not for
So-
you. I'm sorry, Joseph.
So Den Mother, did the Seer find a werewolf?
Yeah.
Going
He
once,
could use some help.
going twice.
No, but it's possible
Fair
that
enough.
the Seer is the drunk, right? Like we don't have a Seer yet.
It is
yes,
possible.
that is possible.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Adam would do that actually. He's always on the werewolf team, winning.
Also, the werewolf could have a gun.
That's pretty scary though.
And that's possible.
Can the gunsmith actually choose not to give a gun during the night?
No,
he
they
has
have
to.
They
yeah.
have to, but
Okay.
they don't get another gun until the gun is used. So once
Right.
the gun is used, then the following night the gunsmith will.
You gotta make business, you know.
Oh.
It's actually thinking about
Actually,
this.
wait just a
it's-
second. Speaking of the gunsmith, I need to message. If you have a gun, I'm gonna message you in chat. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody check their chat to see if they've got it. And remember with that, if you have the gun, you can just interrupt anytime during the day. You can just be like, hey, I have a gun, I'm killing Russ, or whatever. Or
Rude.
Okay, I have a gun. I'll kill Adam.
Wait, actually?
Adam is the moderator.
I'm joking.
I can see it right now. Guami's going to get a gun, and it's going to be absolute chaos.
Don't give Guam the gunsmith. You gotta be responsible. Don't give a gun to Guam. Come on.
Right.
And don't give it to Blake either. He's trigger
Listen,
happy.
if I was a gunsmith, I would give the first gun to Guami, and then as soon as he kills someone, I'll give it the second.
Oh
one
yeah,
again to
yeah.
him.
It's gonna be used.
I'll just throw guns to Guami. Hey, Guami, kill them all!
We're probably safe if Guami gets a gun. He's the only person crazy enough to shoot himself.
It's like, why isn't this thing working?
Hello.
Oh, there it goes.
I'm already loving this game. Okay. So, Alex,
right.
which are your
This is
suspicions?
kind of an obvious thing to say, but if you're the gunsmith and you end up getting that gun back, keep an eye out on who you think the seer is. You don't have to say it. That's who you obviously want to give the gun to. That's our best option. So be looking for the seer, gunsmith.
The Seer and the gunsmith should agree on a code word.
But if the
Sasquatch.
motivator picks the person with the gun, do they get to kill 2 people?
If do what now? Sorry.
If the
I know
motivator
I
picks
sound
the
like-
person with the gun.
I know I sound like Jason.
No,
but,
because the gun only has one bullet, so it's not a very good gun. So that's
What
why
if
I
the
have to go back to
motivator?
the
What if the
gunsmith.
motivator picked the
He's the
gunsmith when they're
gunsmith.
going to
No, it's
send their
not.
gun out a second time?
Yeah.
Two guns.
Yeah.
Are gonna be delivered.
I know
I
if you've ever.
guess.
It's not really a power though. That's
If
just
a
giving
gun
a
is
thing.
not if a gun is not already used, I think if the motivator picks the gunsmith, he does nothing. But if a
Yeah.
gun
Right.
is used,
Yes.
and then he's picked or she is
Hmm.
picked,
I think
then-
you'd have to pick them on when a night where they have to
Right.
give the gun.
yes.
That would be
Which would be
incredible
you would
luck.
know when the gun is going to be given out because it's the day after someone.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but you
Shot.
don't really know. Like, if they use the gun during the night, then the motivator doesn't know that night. Does it?
True. But if 2 people die, then they have a good chance to figure that out.
Jeez, he's looking at the camera. It seems like he's looking at me. I'm like, oh, okay.
So
Like, typing.
Guys, can I take a 30-second break? It will
Well-
literally be 30 seconds.
You'll be nominated, but
Yeah. And seconded.
So we do need
That's
an
suspicious.
now. I do want to kind of go to bed before midnight tonight.
All right.
I'll just start off because I feel like no one else wants to make a nomination. So I've never played with Ryan. I don't. Maybe we have played together. I don't know. But I'm gonna nominate Ryan. You're quiet. Well, welcome
All right,
to
Ryan's been
Werewolf.
nominated. Is there a second?
I just want to hear you talk.
Second.
There's our second.
Okay,
Ryan?
well, say I'm a standard villager. I really have no information right now as we're just starting out. So, I'm just kind of looking at different, people's body language, just try to see if I can figure out who's being a little sketchy. But other than that, I'm just a villager.
All right. We'll wait for Elliot to get back. So you can keep talking if you want, Ryan.
There's not really much to talk about.
any
You might give us something
suspicions?
useful if you keep talking.
All right.
Do you suspect Elliot?
So
That-
thumbs
that
up
was a yes.
means save Elliot. Thumbs down means kill Elliot. Oh, wait. No.
Do I get a defense?
The vote is for Ryan. Caitlin nominated. Guami seconded.
And
So
he
the
said he's a
vote is
villager.
for Ryan. And we're not playing that you can abstain. That was Sam's rule. But not here.
Is
So-
there a 3 nomination?
Yeah, 3
Motivator?
nominations.
Okay.
There's no Sasquatch or anything like that, so
Okay.
you don't have to kill if you're worried about that. Up means save, down means kill. This is for Ryan. 3, 2, 1, vote. Up. Blake down. Everybody else up.
Not
Really, Blake?
suspicious at all.
Is safe.
I'll be honest. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like you slid back from the camera from last game, and so I
I just moved my PC up.
Okay.
Laptop.
maybe you don't want to see in your face as closely, Ryan. That's what it was like last game. What it was like when he was a villager last game.
Don't show your fangs.
I did my duty of nominating someone. Y'all are up now.
Wait, is that a Chiefs hat?
It is.
Oh man, you got to be nominated. On
Oh,
principle
come
for that.
on. All right.
Are there any
Take
rules
2.
that it would be good to come out? Like I'm trying to think of some of the ones and like
No
are there
suspect.
any
no.
that it's like it's not even a big deal if you come out. Obviously, again, everyone could be lying when they come out and say it, but is there one that we think is the better one to come out?
Which
The
is the only
enabler,
way, like,
if
the print.
anyone's coming out, has to be the
Yeah,
enabler is probably the one that's
enable could
least
come out.
bad.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I mean,
No.
the enabler shouldn't come out.
He's gonna just
If
get
the
killed.
enabler comes out, that's a target for the werewolves.
And for the village.
Once the enabler dies, the drunk can be anything. Right now, the drunk is
Including
just a
werewolf.
villager.
Yep.
yeah, and the
I mean,
werewolves
I
know.
was only
That's
thinking
possible.
about it just in the event that, in the worst case scenario, that somehow the seer was the drunk.
What about the possessed?
Oh, it could be the seer who's drunk.
What about the
The-
possessed?
The
I mean,
possessed is
it's like
pretty
a
good idea.
one in.
That's one of the reasons
shot.
why we need to keep the drunk a villager as long as possible, because the possessed is going to count against us, and we're never going to be able to find out who the possessed is.
People
Right, but why- if
being the
you're on the
possessed
good
and
team, why would you
tinfoil
say you're
both
possessed?
probably help the village coming out.
They want to play.
No, I know.
but
I'm not
they
saying
don't
we
tell
put
you
them
what
out,
team
but
they're
it's
on.
nice to know the whole game. Like, hey,
Mm.
by this point, we probably got to get rid of this person.
Well,
Yeah.
would the prince be good to know? Because
The prince
yeah,
is
No.
decent because then
They
the
can
other
die
one,
during
for
night.
Sure it's a wolf.
They'll be killed at night
Yeah.
as soon as you.
I'm
you know
with
who the
Blake
But it
here.
will
I
give
don't
us
think
2
rolls
nights
should
of
come out
safety.
for day 1.
yeah,
even-
that's what I'm
not
saying. To
even
give us 2 nights of
possessed.
safety.
Joseph,
Why
I didn't
would
even
the
say that.
possessed-
No, it doesn't because they die. They die right away during the night. Prince doesn't protect during werewolf.
No,
Right.
I'm saying why
Right.
wouldn't the possessed want to come out?
Do they know that they're possessed though?
if the prince does come out and they die at night, then we'll know if anybody else tries to claim the prince. We'll know they're the tough wolf.
No, that's not that. I
I'm
don't
not
think
saying
anyone
to
would
do that,
claim
but
the
I'm
prince.
saying that's a possibility.
The way the prince dies at night from one shot, he doesn't get two.
No, right.
What I would say is we do
okay,
in
then never
some
mind.
ways have two seers, because if the motivator picks the werewolves and then they kill two people, the motivator knows the person he's picked is a werewolf.
True.
That's true.
And they must kill two people, right?
No, they don't.
They might pick the person the bodyguard picked, which would put you back to
Typically,
one.
the werewolves have to kill, but that's a question for Adam.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you
Have
get
to kill
motivated, you get to do both.
Do the possessed know that they're possessed?
Yes.
Yeah. So again, I
It's
don't
only
see
drunk
why-
that doesn't know, right?
Correct.
Yeah, unless they're drunk, I don't see why you wouldn't come out and say they're possessed.
Yeah,
It's similar to the
because that's
Sasquatch
one
thing.
more person that could be the seer.
Sure, but again, that's like we could pick the seer right now, right? Like
Okay,
it's the
Caitlin.
same thing.
Wait,
Does the same apply to the tinfoil person? Should they come out?
Tinfoil could be a
As
werewolf.
tinfoil?
Yeah, it could be a werewolf with a tinfoil.
No, I'm coming out as a villager, Guami. That's what I wanted to say.
I have an idea. I think that all of this trying to pin down a villager role is good because the werewolves are being quiet and staying out of the conversation. So I have suspicions of Chase, Alex, a little bit of Joseph, and Manny, just a little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
I've been very vocal.
Who? Oh, Manny.
But definitely Chase, Alex.
Nick, I disagree with you.
Alex
Those
is
people
always
are
quiet.
always
so-
quiet. Yeah, those people
I'm
are always
generally
quiet.
a Alex.
quiet person. I think
No.
Caitlin played with me before. I'm generally
I just mean in the sense that
I did
while the
not-
villagers are
And I also
arguing
got
who to
iced
call
last
out,
game
the
pretty
werewolves are
quickly,
just sitting back, like, let them do
I
it.
don't agree with that.
Alex is always really quiet.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a good person that should come out right away. You know, at least
So let's nominate someone else.
definitely good one. Good one.
I like
Yeah, let's
Caitlin's
just-
idea of nominating someone.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, I'll nominate Russ to get him talking.
All right. Joseph nominates Russ. Do we have a second?
I'll
I got-
second.
Was that Ryan who seconded?
Yeah, he beat me to it.
All right. Russ, your defense.
Not much to go on right now. I mean, I'm not sure. The only thing I was gonna think about was Blake's thumbs down nomination on that first vote, but aside from that, I've got nothing. So,
All right. This is our second vote of the day. Up means save. Down means kill. This is for Russ. 3-2-1 vote. Blake down, Chase down, Connor down. 3 votes is. Wait, Elliot, yours is up, right? Your hand was kind
Yeah.
of off the screen.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry, I thought you'd counted.
No, you're fine. 3 votes down, not enough. Russ is safe.
So Blake, I know that you know that if you downvote twice, people are gonna notice. So I guess the reason you do that is not because you're a werewolf, because that would be stupid. So you probably do it. For
Yeah,
some other-
no, I told you when I'm a villager, I just play it like I see it, which I am, and I
Yeah.
was suspicious of Ryan. And the answer Russ gave about, oh well, you know, the one down vote kind of seemed suspect to me too.
I didn't like
so.
that he threw Blake's name into that.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's such
just-
an easy. That was such an easy.
I mean, he was the only down vote. That was the only thing about it. He was the only down vote.
In a crazy
it's
way,
true.
it makes
It's
me
true.
trust
Yeah.
Blake more because, like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't downvote twice if you were a werewolf.
Just,
I don't think so.
I don't know if I want your trust, Joseph.
Yeah.
In this game, you actually do.
This is honestly, this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna ask, but does
Wait till
anyone
there's
see a
3 left.
negative of the possess coming out other than the whole seer thing? Which can the possess be the seer? Like, is the possess one of those things where you could be?
Yeah, it's
two-
an attribute, so it can be on top
So
of something
again,
else.
why? What's the negative of that?
Let's say the bodyguard is possessed. They don't want to,
Yeah,
like
that's.
maybe the
again-
possessed is
yeah, but
something else.
Again, the werewolves
werewolf's not gonna want to kill him.
possessed.
Yeah, the
that's
werewolves
why-
werewolves
that's
don't
what
want
I'm
to kill
saying.
him.
Like, that's why I think that's the
No,
best
if he's a
role.
bodyguard or a seer, they will kill him. They don't care about.
Yeah, but they
him.
don't know that. They just know they're possessed, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
they're
what
not
I'm
going to want to
saying.
kill him off the bat, and then we don't kill him because they're a villager.
Again, this is the last time I'm gonna put it out there, but
Right.
I do think that's the best one to come out.
Are you sure
Right,
you're not gonna mention it 24 times?
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
last time I was the possessed, I came out on like day 4 or 5, and then the next night I found out I was a minion. So
feel so bitter about that.
I know. Anyways,
Nick, are you a
Yes.
villager?
I have no baggage. I am clear of mind.
So he's drunk.
He said clear.
Drink.
He said clear.
Are you on a lawn looking at a bunch of flamingos again?
No.
Manny, I think your lips are moving, but I don't hear anything.
He's communicating with the other werewolves.
Oh, it's a code word.
Dog whistle type thing. Well,
I'm gonna go to my seer that always seems to find all the werewolves. Daniel, what do you got for us?
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to read some stuff, but since it's first day, most of the times when I get the good things is after the first night, after the first kill, actually.
Okay.
So for now, I'm nothing special.
Chase, what do you got?
Most of the people are just playing their normal game, and that's why I'm quiet. I'm trying to read because I have no role.
What do you read?
Go back to reading.
Okay.
Chase, what do you got?
Me? Right now, nothing.
Can you be a
I'm
quick
just
bit
kinda
more
looking
quiet,
at some
please? I'm reading.
different- What was that?
Go ahead.
I was joking. Go ahead.
Oh, right now I'm just writing down things I'm noticing, but standard villager, just trying to kind of get any bit of info I can, and that's it.
What was your reasoning for voting down Russ? I believe you were the third person who voted him down.
The Blake thing was just a bit. I have here just it's a bit suspicious, like the way he kind of just threw Blake's name out there, and I kind of just it's a bit weird. I kind of agree with Daniel. Like I vote kind of just my gut. I don't vote like if we don't have a Sasquatch. I don't, so we don't have to worry. But I generally vote my gut.
Yeah, I like the idea of like people shouldn't feel 100% safe on the first and second nomination, because if they feel safe, then they don't mess up and say the wrong things. If you know what I mean,
Yes. They're not motivated to give the defenses.
And then they might not slip up. So it's good to.
Yeah. And as well, I don't want to feel the burden that I have to vote down or up on the third nomination.
I hate the Sasquatch actually. It's just it's not
we don't
swinging.
have to. That's what's nice with this game. We don't have to kill if we.
No, not without. No matter the Sasquatch. If it's the third vote and there's a Sasquatch, I will just vote as I think. Again, no matter the Sasquatch. Because if it's like 15 players game and there's a Sasquatch, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll vote because I like.
So Manny, what are your thoughts? You're muted.
You're not.
Yeah, your voice ain't coming through.
I'm thinking maybe the
audio
go
settings.
in microphone inputs. Check which one is the correct one.
Still can't hear you.
We don't hear
No,
you.
nothing.
Otherwise, do we nominate Manny? Just from pragmatic point of view.
Man,
You know
the best
sign
way to
language, Manny.
log up and quick log back in. That's the best way to put it on Zoom, to be honest.
We don't have a mute in this game, do we?
No.
If
Well,
you
there
go on the
is
little
one,
arrow,
but I mean, he's
on
not
the little
muted.
arrow right of the microphone. There is a select microphone thing. Try to move around within the microphones that you have. Maybe it will start working, one or another.
He just mouthed. He just said Adele looks tasty. I want to.
He can definitely hear us from those
Oh.
smiles.
Can you read lips, Nick?
Yes.
So mean.
He's also good at telepathy because Manny and the Nick are the werewolves.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Gonna leave and come back.
His arms are hairy.
Hopefully
So do we kill him while he's gone?
Yes, I knew it. Scared him away.
Joseph, you're really
let's go like this and wait when he comes in. And Adam, you just announced. Okay.
Yeah, so
everyone
Joseph,
vote,
did you
see what he
nominate Manny
does.
there?
If he doesn't care, he'll vote down, right? Like, see what he does.
See how he votes.
All right, 3, 2, 1, vote.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, we got you.
You're still around.
Okay. So as I was trying to say, I in this kind of a setup, I like the idea of not killing anybody on the first night. I think we have enough ways to kill werewolves between the gunsmith and the motivator, and I think maybe it's better to not kill and get some more information.
Yeah, if our Werdar doesn't have any information for us, then maybe we nominate one more time and what?
What did you say? Or where? What?
Werdar.
That's awesome.
Werdar.
Werdar.
Where do you nominate? You didn't nominate, did you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Adele.
Nominate.
I just want to hear from Adele because I haven't heard anything from Adele. I feel like.
Do you want to nominate me, or you're asking me?
No. I just want to. I don't nominate to hear from people. I just call on them.
Gotcha. I'm taking notes, but just like anyone else, I can't really pin it on anyone. I was surprised that I got a villager because there's so many roles. But one thing I'm gonna take note of is there aren't that many villagers, plain villagers. So someone is gonna lie when they say they're a plain villager. More
like what you
often
just
than in
did.
other games.
Yeah.
I may
I feel
have.
like that's
but
what you
no,
just did.
You might be drunk though.
But I'm just saying that was something I was taking note that it's easier to catch a lie maybe because it's going to happen more often just because there aren't many villagers.
Can I just because we don't seem to be making much progress and to find out what everyone's thoughts are, I'm not sure if it's the right thing or not for us to do, but I'll nominate no kill just because if we're going to not kill anyone anyway.
No,
we
want to see we can just
people's
choose
reactions.
not to kill him.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's at least get information from a third vote.
I'll nominate Elliot then because he said that.
No, that's I said all I wanted to know was that people were against not killing because there'd been enough talk about it. I didn't want us wasting our time going round in circles.
Are you getting nervous, Elliot?
Is there a second?
You sound nervous.
No,
Joseph seconded.
Adam, wait. No, Joseph can't nominate. He nominated the time before.
Oh, he did nominate.
Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah, you nominated me.
No, I can't.
I nominated first, and then someone else
Catlin.
nominated in between.
All right, I'll nominate Elliot.
Wait, who
What?
just did that? Oh, Russ.
Russ.
Okay, well, that's fine.
So Russ nominates Elliot. Is there a second?
I mean, no one has to second it. I mean, don't second it if we want to talk about it. That's fine.
Let's talk more than instead.
I mean, do you guys really
how long
think
do you
I'm a werewolf?
I mean, we can talk more. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I was trying to jump in.
I asked
Sorry.
that in the most questioning way possible. I just wanted to know what people's opinions were and where we were after managed because I felt we were going round in circles.
I'm back on Elliot. I'm back on Russ. I mean, so he just said his only suspicion was me from before, but then he just jumped on trying to get rid of Elliot. Nobody else found that suspicious?
No, I did. I don't know if that's anything yet, but he's on my top of my list right now, definitely.
No, I wasn't honestly trying to jump on Elliot there.
I'm not gonna say who's on top of my list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this person because I want to hear defense. I'm gonna nominate Joseph.
All right.
You don't have to kill, and I'm fine with not killing, but I want to hear from him.
I'll second.
That's a second from
You
Guami.
could do the Blake thing and just ask me instead, but okay.
No, because I want to get to the next night. I want to get on.
Yeah, me too, actually. Okay, so I'm a villager, and I'm not going to say anything more than that at this stage. So, but don't kill me.
All right. This is our
Let me
third
just
vote.
move my knife.
What?
So if you do not kill, we will
Moving
go
my axe.
to the night phase. So thumbs up means save, thumbs down means kill. This is for Joseph. 3, 2, 1, vote.
Look, Daniel, you are slick.
Elliot down, Guami down, Caitlin down. 3 votes down is not enough. Joseph survives, and good night. And I clicked the right button. All right, let's start our first night, our first full night of action. Let's start with our motivator. Motivator, please select a name. The name you choose will get. Okay. And let's get our Seer to wake up. Seer, who would you like to know about? Remember, Thumbs up means werewolf. Thumbs down means not a werewolf. Shrug shoulders means I don't know what they are. All right, gun owner, wake up. You possess that gun. Would you like to use it tonight? And if so, on whom? Okay. Bodyguard, wake up. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect tonight? Okay. Just 1 second. All right. Next is werewolves. Please wake up. All right, just 1 second. Let me make sure I got that. Okay. All right, let me make sure I have it. Okay. And Den Mother, or sorry, all werewolves go to sleep. Den Mother, wake up. Remember, thumbs up if they found a werewolf, thumbs down if they did not. All right. And that should be everyone. Everybody wake up. We had a pretty catastrophic night, and Nick is dead. And Manny is dead. Both were villagers.
Wow.
Wow, so
The
werewolf got the
motivator.
gun.
Werewolf, I got the gun.
Or gun, either motivator or gun, right?
Oh yeah, it could have been motivated as well.
Who's gone? Nick and
It was Nick and
Manny.
Can they fire the gun at night though?
Yeah.
I thought it was at any time. Okay.
Anytime.
But it could have been
Yeah,
motivator.
wake up the gun
I
owner
think
at
it's more
night.
likely to be motivator.
So in
but I
that
don't-
case, the motivator knows one person that is a werewolf right now.
True. It's like a seer.
Not that they should say it, but it's just interesting.
So, do you want me to die or not?
What?
What does that mean?
Want me to die or not?
Always.
Should I speak out?
Give it to us. Give it to us. Come on. We're losing. We're 2 down already.
I have 2 catches that I want to speak about.
Oh.
The second one, I'll just wait for it because I'm not sure about it. The first one, first day. I have 2 suspects actually after the first day and these kills. First suspect, and now I may be wrong. This is super under the radar. I'm not sure. I'm not sure as I was the last game, but still.
You're stalling. Come on, let's go.
One specific. No. Wait. Hear me out. I just want to know my thinking.
Yeah, I got you.
This is
typical Daniel.
First thing that I catch was actually Chase. When we mentioned his name last day, it was like, well, I died first last day and stuff like that. But if you're a villager or some specific role, you wouldn't go by that. You'll just go, well, okay, I'm a villager. I'm not a werewolf. I think he's scared and he's a werewolf.
And he's muted as well.
And the second thing, before you say something, Chase, I'm sorry. Yeah. The second thing, I'll just keep it for myself because I'm not sure. Okay.
I'm not a werewolf this time.
It's not you, Gwami.
Oh.
Don't worry. Not you. Definitely not Gwami.
I think I know who it is,
Gwami.
Daniel. but I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
Adam looks suspicious.
Okay, but Daniel, you already put a arrow in your back or whatever. So why not just say it?
No, he doesn't have to say it now because we still got time to talk.
Yeah, we still have time to talk.
Oh, not if he's killed tonight.
No, but before the night.
Before tonight, I'll try before tonight. Yeah, okay.
I think he should say it before this day ends.
I just want to see how this day goes. And
All right,
also, we do
Chase,
have a bodyguard, right?
I want to hear what Chase has to say.
We
to
have
that.
bodyguard. We
Anything?
have a bodyguard.
It's a blind
We should
suspicion.
be having a
Possibly have a bodyguard.
We just lost 2 people.
You want me to respond to blind suspicion, right, Gwami? Because that's basically what it is. That's
Mine?
fine. I have no other way to like respond. It's blind suspicion. Like
No, but whatever happened last game, you died first. Yeah, but a werewolf. If I was a werewolf, I would go with that. I'm just thinking how I would say what I would say. Oh, actually. And most of the times, the werewolf thinking is pretty much similar with the people I've tried to find, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It's blind suspicion. I don't take anything. I take everything with a grain of salt with what Daniel's saying, and I still trust Daniel, but I don't. It's just a bit weird to like just have blind suspicion on day 2. I actually thought he was going to give us something useful.
No, it's not a blind suspicion. I'm just going by what you were saying. I am not just like he's a werewolf. It's not blind. It's never blind for me. I have to have something before I
think I'm picking up what you're laying down, Daniel.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm definitely picking up something, but I don't know what it is.
I know what Connor is thinking, though, but okay, whatever.
I'm thinking the same thing as Connor, I think.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Daniel, you were 50 or 100% last game, 2 for 2. So just say it.
No, I don't think.
I'm gonna wait up. I wanna.
I just want to remind everyone of something. We don't know if Daniel is good.
That's true.
We don't.
True.
Hey,
just remember that because I'm.
Even if I die, I hope that I'm not wrong, right? I gave out my information, so that's something.
I think in this game, it's extremely important to give out information because we have somebody with a gun who could potentially kill.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just gonna say that the first name I wrote down on my list was Daniel. That's Werewolf.
Okay.
Yesterday, not this day.
That's fair. That's fair.
If the guy with the gun decides to kill someone, does the person being killed get to talk, or is everyone instantly muted as soon as he decides?
Yeah, it's kind of like the hunter.
Yeah.
They just
it's like a hunter kind of thing.
If they do it during the day continues, and you can still kill someone by voting. But it's just an
by the way,
immediate-
Adam, did we like it's the gun owner is the first one to wake up before the gunsmith, right?
What's that? Sorry.
The gun owner was the first one to wake up before the gunsmith, right?
Well, last night the gunsmith didn't wake up.
Yeah. Only one of them's
Because
ever
no
going to
one
wake
used
up.
the gun.
Okay. I
So,
see.
Mike, I wonder.
So we don't have a gun potentially, right?
Does anybody still have a gun? Is my question.
They must have, right? Because
No, the motivator could have motivated a
either they
werewolf.
used the gun or the motivator found a werewolf. Those are 2 scenarios.
Okay, so
But
the
the gun
gunsmith
owner may have been
probably
killed as well. So
the gunsmith probably knows a werewolf.
No, the motivator in that case.
The
not the
motivator.
Motivator.
If the gunsmith didn't get their gun back, so the motivator doesn't know 100%. The
I'm gonna
gunsmith should
say
know.
my.
But I don't want to out the gunsmith.
I think
So-
I might be killed this night. So I'm gonna say all my list here.
Okay.
I think Man is a villager. I think Blake is a villager. I think
Manny's
Connor is a
dead.
villager.
Of course, Manny's a villager.
He's dead.
Okay, he's just reading his list, guys.
I'm just reading my list.
Okay.
I'm just reading my notes. Come on.
Okay.
I think Daniel might be a werewolf. I think Caitlyn might be a werewolf. And I also did a little thing on Caitlyn because I think I have a higher suspicion of her.
Why do you think Daniel's a werewolf? I'm curious.
I don't know. I just go by like my gut feeling based on a lot of games we played and like how he says things, how he does things. So it's not something I can like. Caitlyn, for me, Caitlyn's been really quiet. Caitlyn looks like she's really unhappy with her role. And I know that she loves to be a werewolf. So if she is a werewolf, she will be pretending not to be happy with it. So that's like reversed thingy. Also, she could be something else. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it could be something else, and that's why she's not happy. But there's something strange is going on with Caitlin. Come on.
Oh,
I was thinking the something else, Joseph.
yeah. So she's not
Could
a
be,
werewolf. She's
could
a
be,
what?
but like-
Can I
She's a
ask
wolf then,
some questions
or
for
den mother.
two people? Adel, what are your suspicions, if I may ask?
Adam?
Me?
Adam, what are his suspicions?
Adele.
Oh, I was
Adam.
I don't know if it's Adel or Adele. What's the?
It's Adele. It's Adele. Yeah.
Adele. Okay, Adele.
I still don't really have anything. I'm not good at reading people. I'm kind of like, I think Alex said it before, that I try to find out the logic of the roles, how they interact with each other.
Okay.
So,
Alex, what are your suspicions?
Let me ask Joseph. When you said Caitlin is looking unhappy, was that before and after the
from the start of the game?
From the start, okay, yeah.
Also,
if it was only after the 2 kills, she might have been unhappy for enabling a werewolf.
In my defense, I do have to read about, what am I reading about next to me? The who created democracy. So I think if I'm unhappy or seem unhappy, I have to read about who created democracy.
That's
Who created democracy?
It's so great. I do love history.
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
I'm happy. I'm really trying to figure things out. I have suspicions.
So who do you think created democracy?
Say my suspicions like Daniel over there because I'm not a werewolf. I'm still suspicious of Ryan and Russ. Those are my two. More so Ryan than Russ for me right now. There's just a few things and a few ways Ryan has reacted. He's been, I don't know. He's like my biggest thing with his reactions he's been having this game. Facial expression reactions, to clarify.
I just had a question for Connor really quick, because so when I said that Daniel should say all of the names that he has, you
usually
said
I
don't.
do, but I think
and then
he's holding on. I think he's holding on to something for other reasons.
No,
I know,
it's
but
not-
wait, hold on. But when I said you should name it, then you said don't do it, and then you said, oh well, but there's so many ways to die. Everyone should just come out with their information.
I know, and I said I usually agree with that. I think he's holding on to information for other
Okay,
reasons.
well, here's my information. Connor is in the third space on my list. Alex is on the second because of the Nick kill and going with Caitlin. This thing that Joseph started with Caitlin. So yeah.
Wait,
he's
so
trying to get on her good
I'm
side.
on the list.
You're on the third place on my list, yes.
Okay.
Wait,
And I
okay.
wrote you down first, but judging by what everyone is saying, Chase and Alex and you, those are my suspicions. So whatever happens, happens.
Wait, so you're saying that Joseph is trying to get on my good side by accusing me of being a
But
werewolf?
not Joseph, Alex. It was Alex. I just waited for Alex to speak, and I just
reason to not be suspicious of Caitlin.
That's why. That's you're going on her good side.
The support.
It's
I don't get
it's
it.
always people who are going on Caitlin's good side most of the times when I've played, and this is meta, but still it's like that. I cannot
we have
that.
to meta.
I
It's the
cannot
meta
unsee
thing.
that. Yeah, I cannot unsee that. It's like that. People are going on her good side because
I'm still though.
most
Like
of the
I
times-
don't know why, but I am still number one on Russ right now. I think the voting in the first round, and
Maybe.
nominating. That's my biggest suspicion. I don't disagree with some of the other ones, but Russ is like my number one. And the fact usually when people say somebody else's name, like I think you're suspicious, and they don't say anything, and I kind of waited. I kind of wanted to see if Russ or Ryan would say anything. They just sat there and kind of took it. Like I don't know.
Well, I mean, the only reason I'll tell you right now, the only reason that I nominated Elliot right after that was because I had seconded him. That was the only reason. And then when it came up that Joseph couldn't. When it came up that Joseph couldn't nominate him, then I just nominated him because I was the second.
Made you suspicious. It wasn't even the
What's that?
nominating. It was you seconding it.
I was just seconding it to hear him. That's all.
Okay.
Connor, I must also say that what you just said, I think is true. And when I accused Daniel, he didn't get angry or upset at all. He usually reacts some way.
Well, but he's not on the chopping block yet. It was just a
Yeah.
random, I
But
think
he
was
usually
always
reacts like when I accuse him. He's like, "No, come on, I'm not a werewolf."
No. Why would I react when I'm not a werewolf? Why would I react? Even if I die, I die. I have no.
You seem really loosey
I want
goosey.
to get this going. so
No,
I'm
I
gonna
don't have a
nominate-
special role. If you want to kill me, you can kill me.
I'm going to
Connor
nominate
was about to
Russ.
nominate.
But that's not good for the village. Not right now.
Guys,
Who did you
that's
nominate,
a nomination.
I nominated Russ.
All right, Russ has been nominated. Do we have a second for that?
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Caitlin seconds. All right. Connor nominated Caitlin second. Russ, what is your defense?
I mean, it's basically what I just said before. I mean, I certainly wasn't trying to throw Elliot under the bus on that. I mean, the only reason, like I said, that I nominated him was because I had seconded him before, and that was only because I wanted to hear him talk. But aside from that, I mean, still same old villager I was before.
All right, this is our first vote of the day. Thumbs up means save, thumbs down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. What's yours, Alex? Your hand's off the screen, sorry. Up, up, up. Down from Chase, down from Elliot, down from Connor, down from Joseph. 4 is not enough. Russ survives.
So I'm open to coming back to that. I have a newer suspicion, and I'm actually horrible at this part of the game because I suspect everybody. But I actually think I'm suspicious of Adele. I think when there were a couple names that were thrown out, and he was making kind of a face. I already forgot who they were, but he was making it. It was not a I'm happy that person's name is being brought up kind of a face. And so just if I'm killed, just remember that I said that. That was it. I'm not nominating him. I'm just saying.
Okay.
For me, he's 50-50. I don't have any info for Adele. So
I have something in the back of my mind though that bugs me a bit, and that is from a game we played Friday with Candice, and she said something really good, which is that she was a werewolf in that game, but still she still had a point that is people that act weird in some ways or like quiet and so on. It could be because they're a rogue. And that's
but there are a lot of roles here. Joseph.
Yeah, but it could be like an important role. Like we could say that Russ blah blah blah. Maybe he's the seer. Maybe that's why he's like So it's like it's hard.
We should not push for those things.
I mean, as long as since we don't have any Sasquatch or anything, I mean, but still we can't go day by day and not killing. We have to start killing people. So
yeah, I think today we have to kill. I think I don't know, based on votes and the way people have talked, we should have enough suspicions on somebody.
Yeah.
Well, Russ has been on the chopping block, so he had to know it was going to be at least somewhat of a close vote. So would he have not given us a little more if he had a role? Like I feel like he's either just a basic villager or he's a werewolf, because I feel like
or the sea or like a super important role. But
he didn't even say that. He didn't say like you really don't want to kill me. It was
no, but if you say that, then you get killed by the werewolves.
Yeah.
But you risk being killed during the day, and
well, he hasn't been nominated as the third one.
Yeah, unless
ever,
he's the prince.
There's also the prince. When I'm not a prince in this game, and when I am the prince in a game, I'm so relaxed. I'm like, yeah, you can vote me out if you want to, like, because I know that I can't die during the day. So that's also
I want to ask Adam on the gunsmith role. If the gun had been used already, how would you handle the gunsmith giving the gun out again? Do you wake him up at night again, or is it
going to be next night, Alex? Next night.
Yeah, I will tonight, because we knew that the gun hadn't been used. So if the gun is used during the day, at night, whatever, the following night, I'll wake up a gun owner, if there's still one. Then I'll wake up the gunsmith, and I'll let them know if they have the gun to give out again.
So the gunsmith doesn't know that the gun was used yet?
Not yet, no. They won't know.
They just gave it away.
All right, we need some more nominations. I already did mine. Somebody else?
The only person who hasn't been called as suspicious is Guami, and that's very bizarre.
No.
I think Guami's quiet now.
No. I was actually leaning toward nominating Elliot. So I'll nominate Elliot.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a nomination in it from Guami. Joseph seconded for Elliot. Elliot, what's your defense?
I mean, I'm not a villager. No one really seems to have given any particular. No one really given any reason why they think I'm a werewolf. I said I.
You know that you said that you're not a villager.
You said you're not a villager.
What I would say is a couple of the people who've been most accusing me of being a werewolf are on everyone's suspicions list.
Yeah, but you just said you're not a villager.
So So I am a villager. I've been
Elliot, you sounded nervous already last day when I
Yeah,
accused
definitely.
you, so this is not looking good, man.
I'm always like that. I always seem to.
No, you're not. No, last
suspicion.
game we played, you were very confident.
Yep.
And yeah, well, let me just say I am pretty convinced that Russ is a werewolf, and I think that's why I keep on attracting the attention. Is Russ is a werewolf? He's been flaky. He's been.
Well, if we kill you and we find out that you're a
chance he
werewolf, then
got.
we know that Russ.
Yes, so it'll
All right.
clear one or the other.
Absolutely.
Second vote. Up saves Elliot. Down kills Elliot. 3, 2, 1, vote. That is Elliot, Daniel, Connor, Caitlin saves. Everyone else kills. Elliot is dead. Elliot was a villager. All right. And wait, everybody, I forgot to say this yesterday. Everybody stay awake, because if Elliot was the enabler, I need to message the drunk. So I forgot to say that yesterday. So just everybody check your messages, because if any of the previous people have been the enabler, I will have messaged the drunk. Okay. Now you should be able to go to sleep. Everybody should have seen their stuff. All right. And now we will commence with our second full night. First up, Motivator, please wake up. Who would you like to motivate to use their power twice? Okay. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to? Remember, up means werewolf, down means not a werewolf, shoulder shrug means, I don't know. Okay. And gun owner, if there's anyone still in possession of a gun, please wake up. Would you like to use it, and on whom? Okay. Gunsmith, wake up if the gun is back in your possession. Who would you like to give it to? Okay. All right. Back to sleep. And bodyguard, please wake up. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Remember, you can't save the same person back to back. Okay. And werewolves, please wake up. Werewolves, who would you like to kill? Are we good with that? Everyone good with that? Okay. And werewolves go back to sleep. Den mother, wake up. Remember, thumbs up means Seer found a werewolf. Thumbs down means they did not. Okay. All right, everybody wake up. Except for Joseph. Joseph was killed in the night. Joseph was a villager.
We're doing bad, y'all.
I'm really surprised by
Yeah,
that.
very, very much so.
Like, I was not expecting Joseph to die.
I really think that should have went to Russ last night, but yesterday.
No, actually,
Nobody tried to
I
stop
think,
me.
I think my suspicions are correct. Even more after last night. And they.
What was it? Connor and what?
Alex and Chase.
No.
And Connor, but yeah, he's low there. Somewhere.
I'd love a Seer to check me.
Yeah, I'd love the same for me.
We
And
killed him. Killed
I'm
me.
feeling like either the Seer's dead or hasn't found werewolves. Because with this few people,
I guess he's dead.
No, but it's also possible you found the people who died.
Yeah, but you're also talking that, the motivator, one of them is probably alive, right?
I
The
think we've
motivator's
thrown
alive or the gunsmith's alive, and they should know something.
we've probably thrown out 3 names that I think we keep talking about. I would hope that the Seer would have checked those by now. You know what I mean? Like, there's other people that
Yeah.
died. We didn't really throw suspicion on them. So
I would say that if there is a gun owner, maybe we should try killing one of my 2 suspicions and see if I'm okay. I mean, that's pretty much 50-50.
I was going to say same thing at this point, right?
Yeah.
If the gun owner is a villager.
have we killed a werewolf yet?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's super risky, right? If you kill another villager, I mean,
Better
how many
odds,
werewolves-
though.
how many
We're
werewolves are we
already down
thinking?
3.
No, we're not killing a villager, I'm sure.
Hey, Adam, can I ask you a question?
No.
I mean, I'm not sure.
I mean,
but
you don't know. Like, that's the thing.
Yes, Caitlin, what's your question?
I think
You're
I'd
right.
be more on board if we killed a werewolf. Like, we're really low. I'm just sticking with my suspicion.
Who's your suspicion?
Russ.
Wait just a second. Caitlin had a question for me.
Yes, I did. Thank you. So if the possessed is drunk, does the possessed still count against the total? Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, so they
No,
will
because the drunk covers any role, any attribute, anything. So
Okay, I would say it's not safe to trust Connor at this point. And
It's
we
never
should
safe.
try
It's
killing
just a
my
generic, yeah.
I
one
can
of
tell
my
you from every
suspicions.
game you play with me, it's never safe to trust me.
No, it's not that it's never safe. This game specifically,
I'm starting to agree with you, Daniel.
It's,
Daniel,
it's
like,
always Ross.
All right, well then,
Is
vote
Is there
me out.
anything I can do to allay your suspicion? I mean,
No,
Tell us your role.
again,
I don't think it's
we haven't found a
Russ,
werewolf.
I don't think
I'm
I don't
wrong.
know about Ross actually.
We
I have
haven't
no
found a
opinion
werewolf
of-
yet,
No.
right? And you've been my
No.
suspicion since the first
Who,
day.
me?
So
Me?
no, Russ. So that's
Ross.
the one I'm going to stick with until we catch a werewolf, right? Like if we were to catch other werewolves, maybe that lightens it on. But that's the
Okay,
only
well,
one I have to go
I'm
on.
just gonna go with the first hunch ever of the game, and that's the bad defense that I think Chase had when we just mentioned his name, and I'm gonna nominate Chase.
all right, we have a nomination. Is there a second for Chase?
I'll second it.
All right, Daniel nominated, Caitlin seconded. Chase, you're muted, but what's your defense?
Same defense as before, but apparently that's not good enough for Daniel. I'm a standard villager. I don't know what else to say. I'm just taking down notes, getting all the info I can.
Yeah, that's
And
a werewolf
that's
thing. Nah, that's yeah. When you mention the notes, it's over. It's for me, it's over. This late at the game.
This is the
it's over.
same
I'm
thing
sorry. I'm
that
sorry.
happened.
This is
in
nothing
my-
personal,
again,
Chase.
trying to get-
This
is
is
this
nothing
my
personal,
first-
Chase. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
These are the exact same defenses I've given in the past, and I was a villager.
Okay.
So I don't know what else you want from me. I'm a villager.
He wants you dead. That's what he wants.
Okay.
Expecting a fun night. I got ice.
Don't take it personal. Don't
Body
take it
language is very
personal.
defensive. So
When I get I just want to
It is.
apologize. Wait, guys. I just want to apologize, Chase, because I'm seeing that you're like you're not enjoying it. I know when I find someone who's suspicious to me, I have to be vocal. I have to be because I'm a good role and I'm playing the game from my perspective. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
I totally understand.
yeah,
I also
I'm
just
sorry.
have to defend myself. Like,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
get it.
It's
I
okay.
get it.
Okay.
Are you done, Chase? Anything
Yes.
else to defend?
This is the first.
No, I didn't mean that rudely. I just meant because a couple people interrupted you. Just want to make sure you had said all you wanted to.
Yeah,
This is the first
I
one
needed.
on this.
I needed to apologize as well. I'm a bit. I know to be a bit pushy when I'm. Yeah. Okay.
All right, this is our first vote of the day for Chase. Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. Down, 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 down. That looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, 4 up. Chase is dead. Chase was a werewolf. Everyone. Wait, everyone wake up. Make sure you checked your chat just in case anything happened. All right, you should be good to go to sleep. All right. Was that the only werewolf in the game? Well, considering I gave a bunch of werewolf rolls at the beginning, probably not. Let's start with our motivator. Motivator, please wake up. Who would you like to motivate to get double actions tonight? All right, go back to sleep. And our Seer, wake up. Seer, who would you like to look at? Remember, thumbs up, thumbs down, or shoulder shrug. Okay. If we have a gun owner, wake up. Would you like to use that gun? If so, who would you like to use it on? Okay. Gunsmith, wake up. If you have the gun again, who would you like to give it to? Okay. Bodyguard, please wake up. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person back to back. Okay. Werewolves, please wake up. Werewolves, who would you like to kill tonight? Okay. Werewolves, go back to sleep. Den Mother, please wake up. Remember, thumbs up means the Seer found a werewolf. Thumbs down mean that they did not. All right, and that should be it. Everybody wake up, except for poor Daniel. Daniel has been killed. Daniel was a villager.
Okay, so question if anybody got it. In the last vote, who were the ones that voted down? I had Chase obviously voted himself down, and I thought it was.
Oh, you mean I thought you meant.
You mean
down.
I mean, voted up, voted
He
disabled.
voted
Yeah,
up.
I think it was Alex. and-
Caitlin, Alex.
I
and-
voted up.
And Adele voted up?
I voted up.
Yeah, I was up.
Yep.
I honestly was not sure. I'm really trying to like this game, go with my own opinion, not listen to other people's.
I've played so many games with Daniel, and I usually listen to him. And I was thinking, this is why, Blake, I'm going to say it now because Daniel's not in anymore. I was thinking Daniel was hinting that he was the motivator earlier, and he didn't want to say his second one because he used that motivator power on a werewolf and got the kills. That's why I didn't want to bring that up. But he's dead now. I do think Daniel was the motivator.
And weren't you the one that he was suspicious of?
Yep, he has me and Alex too.
And yeah.
I voted up because it was the first vote. I didn't really have any other reason.
Yeah, but Chase's body language is pretty telling. The way he
Aggressive.
got so defensive so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious that he was a werewolf. He was so defensive with that body language.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you could have missed that. Really don't.
But I suck.
Ooh, those are fighting words.
So I mean, that's kind of leads me to I'm trying to the more I'm getting into this, I think Alex is a werewolf. I really do.
I don't like. I'm gonna push back
so
on
too.
like what you just said though. I mean, I think I've seen villagers get really defensive before. On the flip side, I mean,
Yeah, but the way he started out between because he was called out in several days, And as he got called out, he got more and more defensive as it went. I mean, it escalated. You could tell that he was really upset that he was going to get called out and die for being a werewolf.
Yeah, I was seeing the same thing. I mean, because I played a few games with him, and it definitely seemed out of the ordinary to me. I mean, it seemed like it ramped up pretty quick for him.
So is there, because we're down to 8 players. Am I counting through 6? Yeah, 8 players. Yep. And there's probably at least 2 werewolves. Is there any role that's safe? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely a good time for Seer. If you're still here, please.
This might be a good time for the prince to come out too, if that prince is still alive.
Is there's a tough werewolf too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, he wasn't it.
Well, no, exactly. Yeah. So
he was weak.
Okay, Caitlin, are you the tough werewolf?
Who's a flimsy one?
I am a villager. I promise you, Gwami, I'm a villager. I don't know if you're a villager, but I know I am.
I mean, Gwami's been awful quiet this round too.
Yeah.
So, when he was quiet last game, he was a werewolf.
But I can't tell if it's a role or it's a werewolf.
Exactly.
He's in a library, guys. He's got to be quiet.
It's not a werewolf.
I still think it's video games behind him.
It's what it looks like.
Whole bunch of Atari 2600 cartridges, even though you had in television.
What do you have to say for yourself, Kwame?
No, I am not a werewolf. I am also suspect of Alex. What was? I don't remember what it was that he did, but there was something there. I was like, yeah, that seemed kind of suspicious.
Well, it was when he was sticking up for Caitlin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No. And it was his vote. Yeah, his vote for.
And his vote.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm more suspect of Alex and Caitlin because of their vote mostly.
Not a werewolf. Oh my goodness.
Like
Alex.
That's not defensive enough.
All right.
Alex, I just want to hear from Alex. Come on. I accused him of being a werewolf last game, and he said nothing. It's kind of
doing the same thing here.
Exactly. It's like, what can you say when you've got these accusations against you?
Dude's got a stone cold poker face.
Mm-hmm.
You say, I'm not a werewolf, don't kill me.
That my asking the question from Joseph about Caitlin, I was trying to determine, was that what she was worried about, the fact that she enabled somebody to kill, or was she acting strange all along? And just asking that, you ask a question and, you get people coming after you. And the other guy that we just lynched that was a werewolf, to me, being annoyed like that, to me, that rang true, so.
Like, are you a werewolf?
No.
No. Oh, are you talking, you say Blake or?
No, Blake. Specifically Blake.
No, and hold on, sorry. Nick Wagner appreciated my library dad joke, so I'm messaging him back. Caitlin, I'm not a werewolf, and I was actually just going to call on you and say, if you're a werewolf, I appreciate you for not killing me first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, we never kill each other.
But I will say, Caitlin, I just wanted to quickly say, Caitlin, I was a little suspicious that you just said that whatever the last vote was, you weren't sure, because you've played so many games with Daniel and he gets it right so many times. The fact that you didn't go with that vote to me was a little suspect, and also his defense was not great. But
Connor, what are you reading?
I'm sticking with the one I've been saying. All right.
You weren't reading something?
What?
You weren't reading something?
Oh no, I wasn't reading something. What I was thinking about is what roles right now would be safe. Like, again, we're getting down to the tail end here. We haven't cleared a single person. I'm trying to think if there's a good role. I brought up the possessed thing. Nobody wanted to do that early.
Yeah, I think the
But-
possessed should
I
come
was
out.
thinking the
period.
Seer, the
And they might not
Gunsmith, and
be
the
in it.
Motivator.
That's why I wanted to
should
do it
have
early,
something.
right? Like if we did it
Yeah.
early, we had someone we could keep around. We knew was on our team, and then we could vote him out later.
So-
now we have no idea. Like
So I
somebody
said-
could be possessed and it's lying. That's
We-
again.
We've
why I
been
wanted
through
to do it early.
we've been through 3 nights, right? Already, maybe 4. Can't remember.
3.
We're on
3.
3.
I
Yeah,
think we're on
3.
4, right?
Yeah.
So with that knowledge, right? Yeah, one of our roles should have some knowledge. Either the motivator should have something,
Mm.
the seer should have something, or the gunsmith should have something.
Yep.
We've
I
already
don't
taken
kill
out
them
one
all.
were
They're all
we've
dead.
already taken out one werewolf. One
I
of
don't
them.
think they're all dead.
No, either do I. So
Yeah,
one
I
of
do
them
not
should
think we
probably
have the
still alive.
motivator. I really think it was.
No,
Dick.
I think you're right. I think Daniel was the motivator, or Joseph.
I have to
The
assume
motivating
by
guy.
this point in time that the seer is gone. I have to. I mean, night 4 or day 4 rather, with the numbers where they are. I mean, it seems
You'd
like
have to
they
come out and
would've
say
come up by
something,
now.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, even clearing themselves is just powerful with this few amount of people.
Exactly.
Again, we've lost so many that I think somebody could come out and lie about it, and we really wouldn't know, right? Like especially the
Even the bodyguard wouldn't be the worst thing to come out because he could protect himself the next night.
yeah, but then they're going to follow.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I think the bodyguard's probably the one right now that I would not say. I think the seer is probably the better one.
Well, if no one else is there.
I think the Seer's dead. I don't know why. I was getting Seer vibes from Manny back in the day. So I don't think the Seer's alive.
So
Who has the gun?
So I can tell you, you know, and I'll say it, my top 2 suspicions are Alex and Caitlin.
I'm not a werewolf, but you can suspect me all you want.
And I will. I'll continue to suspect you until we find them
Right.
all or you're dead.
I hear lots of names being thrown out. Anybody want to nominate someone?
I'll nominate Alex.
All right, there's a nomination for Alex from Ryan. Do we have a second?
Alex, do you want a second?
Second it.
Blake seconds. All right, Alex, your defense.
Yeah, well, I'm on the village team and I'm not somebody that can come out with a role, so no, just go ahead and vote.
Okay. First vote of the day. It's for Alex. Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see down from Guami, Ryan, and Caitlin. 3 is not enough. Alex survives, and the day
I want to know what that
continues.
means, Alex. What do you mean by I'm a villager that can't
I-
say? Are you just saying you're a plain villager? I'm giving you a chance.
No, but I don't want to say. No.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything on that list at this point that shouldn't come out.
Bodyguard. I don't think the
I
bodyguard.
guess bodyguard is the least one, but
Well, but even just by saying, you know, I'm something, but I'm not going to say,
Yeah,
it
but
makes
let's
him
say
a target.
let's say there's really only let's say there's 2 roles left in the possessed. Right now, I don't think the possessed is going to come out.
yeah, because they kind of have an advantage.
They might get voted out. But
I mean, like at this point, though, if I was a possessed, and though I like the werewolves winning, I would come out as a possessed. Like I feel like you need to at this point.
what are we thinking? 2 werewolves left. With what do
Yep.
we start with? 14.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you would
At
figure
least,
because
yeah.
if there were 3 in a
Still there's
possessed,
still
it'd
2.
be over by now.
So,
Yeah.
but
No, I think with the
No.
tough
1, 2, 3.
No, so there was a den mother, the
Tough wolf.
the other
Yeah.
werewolf.
Tough wolf.
The tough wolf.
We haven't touched the tough wolf yet.
Right,
That's what I
but all I'm saying is that if there were 3 wolves and a possessed, it'd be 4-4 and the game would be over.
That's.
We don't know that the possessed is in the game though.
I don't think
Right.
there's. I think there's only
Possessed
3
should have
wolves.
came out by now. I don't think
I
anybody's
think there's only-
possessed. Nobody came
yeah.
out.
We
And I think there's only 2 wolves left.
So if
one wolf is
so
dead.
possessed comes out now, we're gonna kill you. Okay, that's what I thought.
And the possessed is a villager, right?
Yes.
But he
Yeah.
counts
Yep.
as a werewolf towards the end. Yeah.
But he counts
Connor-
as a werewolf.
Connor, do you have a role that you?
He's
can
still
come
on
up
Team Village, but
Yeah, I don't have a role.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Only because I am
I don't
just
know
a
either.
plain. I'm a plain villager, and so I know there aren't that
There
many other
aren't
plain
many,
villagers. And Daniel was suspect
God.
of you.
All I'm
He
going to
did
say
do
is I
werewolf.
don't have a role. I do have something.
Tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil
So a
hat.
trait
I do have the. I have the.
or
tinfoil
attribute.
hat.
But you could be a werewolf with it.
So you could be a werewolf
Yeah,
then.
I
Yeah.
absolutely could. Yeah.
And then you wouldn't be seen by the seer.
Right.
So that whole thing of like check me, check me.
And here's the thing: I was debating it early because I played a game where I did that whole thing where I debated early. I thought if I come out and say it early, people would be like, "Well, you didn't have to say that. Now we think you're a werewolf." So I was afraid to say it early.
So no one here is coming out with the role.
Somebody has to have a role.
Even the den mother would be a good idea to come out as the
the only way
prince.
of getting it now
That
is
would
to nominate somebody and scare them into giving
well,
no one's gonna give the role.
Here's the thing: does anybody have a gun?
Does any villager have a gun?
Any villager have a gun?
Please
Hell,
tell me a
does the
villager
werewolf
has a
have a
gun.
gun?
Got a few rifles.
These don't look good.
Caitlin.
I'm not a werewolf, Blake.
You know, keeping me alive would make me think you're a villager.
Not alive.
No, I think you said keeping you alive would make you think I was a werewolf.
Can I? I'm gonna go with.
That's what I
mine.
meant. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with mine and see what you guys think. I'm nominating Russ.
All right, we have a nomination for Russ. Do we have a second?
I got you.
I don't think it's Russ.
You said, Caitlin, did you second it? Okay, that's what I thought you said. All right. Connor nominated, Caitlin seconded, Russ.
Not accidentally.
Well, I'm not sure what I did, but I'm very, very sorry for having done it. Blake really was not trying to throw any shade at you at all on that first night. So I'm very sorry for that, but I don't have any role whatsoever.
All right.
Okay, nobody have a role.
Time to vote. Second vote of the day. Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes down, 3 votes up. That's enough to kill Russ. However, Russ survives. Everybody go to sleep. Okay. Interesting day that was. Start with our motivator. Motivator. Who would you like to motivate? Okay. And our go back to sleep motivator, Seer. You can wake up. Remember, thumbs up, thumbs down, or shoulders. Okay. If we have a gun owner, please wake up. Would you like to? Okay. Okay. Gunsmith, if you have a gun to give out, who would you like to give it to? Okay. And bodyguard, please wake up. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Okay. Go back to sleep. And just a second. Werewolves, please wake up. Werewolves, who would you like to kill? Okay. Werewolves back to sleep. Den mother wake back up. Thumbs up means the seer found a werewolf. Thumbs down means they did not. All right. And everybody can wake up except for Blake. Blake, you are dead. That leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means seconds are no longer needed.
Oh, I'm the prince, so I think we found our werewolf.
What
I
had I been
think
saying?
what
the
makes you
whole-
the prince?
What was I saying the whole game?
I wanted to see if if he would come out first.
Well, the only one who
claim
I
the prince.
think actually defended him is Adele, and that I was paying attention to that. Adele,
I did vote up. It wasn't only me. There were a couple of others. I
you
think 2 or 3.
verbally, I think, said I don't think it's Russ. I remember.
Yeah, I did say yes. I did say it.
Okay.
Well,
No,
I'm the
I
prince.
think-
I just didn't get a chance to say it as quick as you did. So
Yeah, right.
no,
I just felt like everyone was gunning for him the whole time.
I don't think everyone was. That's the thing. I think I was, and Caitlin was seconding me. But I felt like we said his name early. People were suspicious, and then like we ignored it like the whole game.
I mean, we came to like we nominate him every single day. We just never killed him.
Who else voted up? Who else voted up for him? I know Blake was one. There were 3, right?
Adele, Blake, and himself.
Okay.
Yep.
If I recall, yeah.
But Blake was a villager, so.
Blake was a villager.
Right.
But I think Guami is being honest.
Guami, I feel like
I'm not sure I believe that.
Guami, you can
say,
say
I mean, if we're wrong,
so
we lose.
hear me out. Hear me out.
Mm.
The reason I don't believe that is because when is Adel? Adele. Sorry, don't want to get it wrong. When Adele said that, he blinked twice rapidly. As soon as he said it.
I didn't even realize.
Of course, you're not going to realize they're involuntary movements of your facial
you're saying
features.
I blinked twice. I thought you said Guami blinked twice.
No, you blinked twice.
Oh.
In rapid succession.
Wait.
Well, it wouldn't make sense that I'll be defending Russ one turn, and then go against him the other.
Guami, can I ask you a question?
Because if I'm saying I believe Guami, then I'm saying Russ is the werewolf, obviously, because 2 people can be the prince.
Correct. But you would say Guami. You would say Guami's the prince, though, if you're a werewolf.
But I know that. But then why would I defend Russ? Because everyone was suspecting that I'm the werewolf or that I'm on the bad team because I defended Russ.
Well, no, I think Connor was saying that.
Yeah, I guess Connor was saying.
And I pointed out because they said Blake and you were both thumbs up, and I pointed out Blake was a villager, right?
True,
so he was not.
This is moot point. We need to come out with roles. I know Guami's and Russ both same prince, but like I don't know why.
I am the prince.
Can I ask Guami a question? Guami, so I feel like you've played in. I don't want to say that. So why, if you were the prince, did you not be more aggressive with it? Because I feel like Guami, right now, I feel like have you, as I actually wrote down your name next to, I think, Prince / Tough Wolf. I actually wrote your name down next to one of those two. But like,
I am not the tough wolf.
But why weren't you being more aggressive? Because I feel like, I don't know, like you're just playing super.
So
like, if I die type of thing.
So Russ, any more defense after that?
No, I mean, I'm the prince, and all I can say is that if I get voted out, we lose. That's
so
it.
why didn't you say you were the prince?
I mean, I would, because at that point, why didn't I say it?
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable with coming out with it. That was it.
But why not?
Even though you were on the chopping block, I don't get it.
I only can see it. I thought when we woke up, he should have immediately said it. Guami said it first. I can get saying it earlier because
I mean, he was quick. I was going to say it. He was just quick.
I mean, it would be an obvious thing for you to do. So I thought if you were the tough wolf, if I said it right away, that you would give more of a defense if you really are the prince.
I'm the prince. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Like I said, I mean, if I get voted out, then that will most likely end up losing the game. Because I mean, we've only got 6 of us now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then I'll be gone, and someone else will get taken out tonight, and then.
All right.
I mean, even if there are 2 werewolves, then it's going to be 2-2.
All right. Ignore what I said. Then I'm not the prince.
Oh.
Oh, come on. You can't do that.
He's Guami.
I wanted to just verify that
you
he
pulled
is
the same
prince.
trick. Like
if you would have
like
just
Blake.
stuck with that, I'm like 100% voting Russ, and then you just go and do that. Now you're throwing things into my head.
Well, I don't know if he is telling the truth. I didn't want to lose the team or lose the game.
You threw suspicion of yourself, which I didn't have.
Yeah.
Well, you should trust me now.
So are you anything?
But
guys, we need a roll. Come on.
Like, do you have any role, or you're just a villager?
Yeah.
I don't even care. I think at this point, bodyguard just needs to come out. Just to, we need to.
Anybody should.
I think it's Alex, right?
Yeah, I mean, Alex, are you anything at this point?
Well, the bodyguard hasn't protected a single person, have they?
No.
We don't know because the motivator.
Well,
not somebody that has been targeted by the wolf.
I don't think we've had a motivator.
Here's what
in a while.
I do know. Not all 7 of us don't have, like, we're not all villagers. I know.
Yeah, I know, it's impossible.
Someone's holding back.
Now the possessed.
The 2 werewolves are holding back.
We got
okay, 5 of us aren't
another
villagers.
tough wolf and the possessed could all be in play, right?
Yeah, but
why wouldn't the possessed come out though? Like if you're the possessed and you're not coming off, you're being a jerk right now.
Yes, the possessed should come out.
No, I think
because they want to win with the werewolf.
Possessed is dead.
But they don't win with the werewolf.
They don't win with the werewolves. Yeah, they don't win
If
with
the
the
possessed was in, they would
You
say
lose.
it, sacrifice himself
You
for the
lose.
team. We'd vote them out because we have to. We can't keep them in.
Well, the
Yeah,
only
there's
way
no
that
reason for the
possessed can
possessed
still
not
be
to
in
come out. They're
is if
probably
there's
dead.
only one
Well,
werewolf left.
at this point, it's not going to matter, right? We have 2 wolves left. If
How do
we
you know
kill the
we-
wrong person this round, we're done.
There can't be a possessed at this point because if there are 2 werewolves left and a possessed, again, the game would be over.
We
Because
know
it'd be
7
3-3.
people. No, it's 7.
It's 7.
Oh, why am I thinking there's only
Yeah.
6?
Wait,
Oh, I miscounted.
5, 6, 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
7.
Oh,
You're right.
guys.
So
oh,
2 rounds left.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm saying,
late.
Listen, if you are possessed, I know you don't want to die, but we have to kill you. Because if you make it the next night, then it will be 3. Well, if we vote somebody, I mean, we'll lose. We
Yeah,
have to
I
vote
think
out
they're
the
dead. I'm
They're
dead. They
dead.
must be
Okay,
dead.
good. I'm hoping because I'm gonna
So-
be really
so
mad
we
at
have-
somebody if they hung in here as the possessed girl.
We're
All
gonna
right.
assume it's out.
So
Assume
we
the
have 7
Seer is
left, which means we have at most 3 kills.
3 werewolves.
No, we have at most 3 kills that we can do during the day.
Because there are 2.
We won't make it that far,
And
though,
then-
right?
and
What do you mean?
One during the day, 1 at night, then 1 during the day, and we'll be done.
Yeah, well,
If we
unless
don't get a
Russ-
werewolf.
If we don't get a werewolf.
need
Unless
to get
Russ is the tough wolf, we've got to kill twice
No.
for one of the
I'm
werewolves.
telling you, I'm the prince, man.
All right, who's the tough wolf?
Oh, you almost got me, Glommy. I love when we do that every game.
Somebody's gonna
Never
fall for it one of
Always
these
someone
times.
does it.
Never works. All right, we need to nominate, and I'm nervous. I was gonna nominate Russ again, but then Glommy pulled back, so now I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't.
And remember, we don't need seconds anymore, so any
Great.
nomination is an
Great.
official
I'm gonna
nomination.
I
nominate
do
Ryan.
want to.
Oh,
Wait, what was that,
Yeah.
Caitlin?
I'm nominating Ryan.
Okay, Caitlin nominates Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan, what's your defense?
I'll say I'm a normal villager. Have been the whole time. I think I've been helping the team try to narrow things down with different body language I'm seeing. I've been taking notes. I think Kwame did throw us for a loop there, so now I'm not too sure if we should kill Russ. But I do have suspicions of Adele now based on some of the body language and, his talking and quick eyelid movements.
I have Excel here. That's why I'm taking notes on Excel. Maybe that's, I don't know.
So that's all I have. I'm a villager.
All
You
right.
kill me, you'll have one less.
Quit laughing at me.
So great.
First vote of the day for Ryan. Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. Caitlin's the only down vote. Not enough. Ryan survives.
If I
I
just
want
don't
to say
trust
this too. If we lose, I'm blaming Kwame.
Dude.
Russ is actually the werewolf. You prevented me from voting him out tonight because I like now I
Prevented
don't-
many of us.
But if he is the prince,
No, I know, but
if he was
well,
a
we
prince,
have.
if he was a
especially
prince,
when you
technically
do
he
that.
should have came out when we were all asking for the prince.
No,
I do
I
think
listen,
so.
I
You
actually
might,
understand.
I think so too.
I
oh, man.
agree, but I do think I understand why. That was a free night that we got, right? Like nobody died during the
But
day.
it wasn't a free night.
No, I'm
Because
saying
the
the day
werewolf's
was a
killed,
free
so-
day that we got to keep somebody we didn't vote out a villager. Like
No,
that's
Yeah,
the
but
reason.
we-
I
we-
agree. I think he should have come out.
Yeah, but
I
now
still
it's
think
left
other
right.
people
It's
should
Yeah,
like, even though you have the free day, it's left us now in this quandary where we don't know. We can't trust anything. Right? If he would have came out, we would at least have known. Hey, we concentrate on somebody else.
Yeah.
I guess now it was like maybe I don't know, Russ. You tell us. I'm thinking for you. I want to hear what your thoughts are.
I just wasn't comfortable with coming out. That's about all I can say. I mean, I understand that everyone was thinking it, and I just, in my mind, it felt better to keep my mouth shut than to come out with it. That was all it is.
Connor, why should I trust you?
Why? I don't know. There's no reason I can't listen. If I had
Nominate
a role right
Connor.
now, all I know is for a fact I'd be saying it. I don't know why people are not saying their role. I really don't
All right.
at this point.
Guami nominated Connor. That's our second nomination of the day. Connor, do you have anything more
Oh boy.
for
No,
defense?
I really wish I could stick with Russ. That's who I've been going for the whole time. Then Guami backed out. I don't know right now. I really wish people would say their roles. I have no reason, no understanding of why not to at this point. Nobody's cleared.
So lost.
All right. Vote 2. Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. That's Guami and Caitlin down. Everybody else up.
Well,
Not
I'm
enough.
as the bodyguard before Ryan nominates me as something.
You wait so long.
No, I was purposely doing that. I was hoping that someone would claim to be the bodyguard, to be honest.
Okay. If we would have nominated you, would you have said it?
Yeah,
Okay,
right
good.
away. I mean,
So do you
as-
have
like
any
when Joseph,
information at all?
like when Joseph said that, hey, like Caitlin looks really uncomfortable. I know exactly what role she has.
Yeah,
Like,
I caught that too. I didn't want to say anything because I knew what he was referring to.
no, that's actually not like my head seriously is in space right now. So Adam, I did not appreciate your message you sent me with it. I was really upset at you when you said that as well. You and your snarky comments when you sent me my role needs to stop. But I do love your moderating. So I am I mean I don't know what information I can give you.
No, there's no information you can give us.
Exactly. Like it's not even worth me telling you who I protected because it's like I suck at being bodyguard. So
Yeah, you're either protecting yourself tonight or someone you trust, and we don't need to know that.
and there is no one that I trust at this point. Oh geez. Oh.
I nominate Russ.
All right. Adele has nominated Russ. This is our third nomination. Russ, your defense.
Like I said before, I am the prince, and if I go, this game is done. That's all I can say.
Sticking with my gut.
All right. This is our third vote, final vote of the day. Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. 2 votes up, 5 votes down. That's enough. Russ is dead. Russ was a werewolf.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
All right, everyone to sleep. Just a second. Okay. All right. Was that the final werewolf? Let's start with our motivator. Motivator, please wake up. Who would you like to give double ability tonight? Okay. Seer, please wake up. Who would you? Okay. All right. If we have a gun owner, please wake up. Would you like to use your? Okay. Gunsmith, wake up. If you have a gun, who would you like to give it to? Okay. Bodyguard, please wake up. Okay. Werewolves, please wake up. Okay. Werewolves go back to sleep. Den Mother, wake up. Okay. All right. Everybody wake up. And you can all unmute yourselves because nobody died last night.
Ooh, the bodyguard saved someone.
Ooh, about time.
Wonder who.
Who did you protect then?
I'm not saying a
No,
word.
do not say. Do
Oh,
not say.
yeah. But you have that information, so you're probably the best one to nominate. Because you have that information.
Well, not sure if you're gonna like my nomination if I nominate someone. That's funny. I got jokes today. Ooh, sorry, guys. I'm like super overly tired.
So,
oh goodness.
Alex, you said before that you had
I was just
roll.
deluding.
So you didn't have a roll?
I didn't want to die.
Okay, I nominate Alex.
Now, Guami pulled back from
Oh my God.
the person that was claiming to be Prince that was really a werewolf.
Okay, so Ryan nominated
That blows my mind because I was trusting Guami.
So Alex, is that your defense? Because you were nominated by Ryan.
I don't know what to do in this game.
All right.
You know,
Guess it's
I
time
don't
to
think
vote.
it's a werewolf.
It's our first vote of the day.
I don't
For
think it's a
Alex.
werewolf either.
Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. Only one vote down. Not enough. Alex survives.
I think it is Alex.
It could be, but I want to get after I nominated, I want to get some more details out of Guami. Why, again, all that work we had Russ nailed, and then all of a sudden everybody's questioning.
I thought he would fold under the pressure and it'd be obvious, but no, he held up. So I was like, oh man. Then it questioned.
I do think it was a good move. It just it confused us.
I'm sorry to confuse you guys.
You really did almost screw that up if we voted.
Oh my god! I thought it would have been easy peasy to nail him. And
Connor, I want to trust you so bad.
You can't ever trust me. You know this.
Oh, that's the problem right
I
now.
know.
I literally have out of the 5 of you, I have a half trust on one of you, and that's it.
Yeah, at least Connor
is that me?
pointing out Russ from the beginning.
Yeah, that's gonna be the only defense. The only defense I have
right now
is, and it's because I don't have a roll. Is I went after Russ extremely early. Was probably the only one who seemed to want him out. I backed off again once Guami did his thing, but then when Adele nominated him, I went back to my gut.
I think Connor might actually be a villager.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna die tonight. I'm just gonna say that. So I think this information can help. They did try killing me last night.
Okay.
I figured.
So we gotta.
So that's. I just really feel like that information could be important to know.
No,
I didn't come out the day before because
we have what we think to be one werewolf left. Correct.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Who
we think it's the Den Mother.
Adele, did you nominate?
How would it be?
Russ?
How do you know for sure it's the
This
Den
is
Mother?
my only nomination.
That's just my thought. I think it's the Den Mother.
Why?
I don't know. It's just a hunch.
But you think who is the Den Mother?
No, I just think that's the role that's left.
Okay, so then my other question for you, Ryan, is how come halfway through the game you started getting a lot more vocal? You start off super silent, then halfway through,
I had to collect information. There's nothing to go off of early on in the game.
or at least
So you can say you can ask Kwame. I did this last thing in the same thing in the last game. I collect information and then I'll talk.
I've got him more on the good side than a werewolf.
My biggest suspicion is,
I am.
I think it's
me.
Yeah, I think my two right now are Adele and Alex.
So
Mine is
I was with
Connor.
Adele because of the Russ thing earlier. He said, "No, I don't think it's Russ," and I really did think it was. So I pointed that out, but then he just nominated him though.
So
Yeah, but you could a
Connor,
werewolf could do that, right? To
No,
throw off
yeah,
suspicion.
I got it, but
I
with this
could, but
game, do you think that's a good move?
Why not? When you're that low on people, yeah.
Sounds like something I do.
I mean, I feel like the three of us would do that, Kwame. Yeah, you're totally right. Werewolves have done that before.
I said Adele earlier because he did kind of defend Russ, and I was really confident it was Russ. But the nomination, I don't know. I just don't. I feel like it's so late in the game to be doing that. But maybe he is. Maybe he's pulling a fast
Well,
one.
if we narrow it down to two people, our odds are we'll win.
Right.
But then why
Yeah, I mean, technically, you
still
could kill
don't
me and still have a good chance of winning if I'm not the werewolf.
I mean, I feel like honestly, the only person who's safe right now is me.
Well, yes.
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 Nobody else is included.
Like, but a lot of you are talking with one, like, which is why I'm like less suspicious of Connor, because Connor is, when you talk, you're like, yeah, like I understand you're not suspicious of me. Like, I don't know. That's why I feel like werewolves always like to make people think that they're good. But villagers are like, no, I get why you're not suspicious. Why you are suspicious
Well,
of me.
this is the weirdest game I've ever had, where we got down to like 7 or 8 people and nobody came out with a roll like that.
Yeah.
You guys pick. I don't want to pick.
It's like
I got Russ there. I'm saying I got Russ.
I nominated the pro. I can't nominate again.
How many nominations have we had?
We've only done one.
And we nominated
Alex.
Alex, right? Okay.
Then we wanted more information. So.
Okay, so we have to be. No, we don't have to be careful.
Yeah,
No,
we
if
do.
Don't have to be careful yet. Okay.
If there's only one left, we still have another. We have another day.
But I do trust Guami as well. I think Guami is good.
I thought he was good when he backed off of the prince.
Yeah,
but
that whole trick, I don't
Russ
think
was
a werewolf would do it to another werewolf.
Oh,
I
you've
just
not
don't
played enough
think
games
so.
with Kwame before. Oh, I know that's
all right.
I'm actually more like
trusted the wrong people.
you're my half trust Kwame right now.
I'm leaning toward Alex. I don't know why. Or
Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing to support me being good.
Okay, but the thing is, though, you keep saying that it's like near impossible that there's this many villagers. Like someone else.
Well,
you're the only one, and you're gonna die tonight.
The
Yeah, I'm
special
dying
villager roles.
Let me put on my thinking glasses.
Oh, great.
And the werewolf.
So you're gonna die tonight.
Werewolf hunting glasses are now on.
Caitlin, get the final say because you're gonna
Polarized?
Yeah, Caitlin. I
Need my mallet thingy. What is that called? I don't even know. I need that.
Gavel.
Thank you. Man, I taught history last year.
I think Caitlin. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to be the deciding factor.
I don't like this.
I'll just say, in my order, I would put Alex, Connor, Ryan, Adele.
That's who you're more suspicious of?
For highest suspicion to lowest. Yes.
Okay, then.
Alex, Connor, Ryan, Adele.
Connor, the only reason why I'm suspicious of you is all game. You're like, hey, if you're in a roll, you should come out.
Yes, and again, I didn't do it all game. I did it at the beginning for the possessed, right? That's the only time I said it at the beginning, which again, I still will defend that. I think that was a smart move for the possessed to come out because we could have had them going for a little while. The werewolf
They should have came out day one, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I said, and then I didn't do it until we were down to like 7 or 8, which nobody wanted to come out, and that's kind of another reason why I voted down Russ. I think if he was Prince, he would have come out.
I'm just really struggling with the fact that supposedly we have 4 other, if we think there's only one werewolf. There's 4 other villagers who are just.
It's almost impossible.
No, there's enough villagers.
No. Yeah, but it's what are the odds that
I
not a
mean-
single or just one villager died? Everything else was a roll.
The werewolves played well. They picked out people with rolls.
Could there be
don't
2
buy
werewolves
it.
left?
I don't buy it, but I don't know why. I don't know.
I know.
I'm so confused by that, but whatever.
I think there's only one werewolf left. So
We
we've
have
got
our
time.
second
We
nomination.
Does a
can
villager
make-
have a gun though?
No, I don't think anybody.
Because
has
the
a
gun is probably still somewhere around, right?
No,
somebody
once
died
it
with
gets
it.
used, and if the gunsmith wasn't around, nobody got it back.
Right.
Okay, so I actually have a gun.
Oh, you do.
Oh,
Oh,
No, I
damn it!
That would have been.
Hands, Caitlin.
I've never lied about a roll before, so I really just wanted to try lying once.
that would have been so good.
Adam, your face was just like, you don't have a gun.
That would be pretty good though if we had a gun.
Oh my goodness. That
It'd be
would
really good if we had a nomination.
Yeah,
we
we
should
need
be
one.
reading Adam's face.
Stone wall.
I'm
over
taking a
there.
back seat on this one. I'll go with what you pick, Caitlin. That's the one I'm gonna go with.
No, I am.
If you're not gonna go, I'm gonna nominate.
Kwame, who do you want to?
I already told you my order.
Yeah, so you're still on that one?
Yep.
Alex, look directly super close in the camera.
You can't do it with a straight face.
Oh. Are you a werewolf?
Very well.
Are you a werewolf, Alex?
No.
Granted, I'm not looking at the camera right now, but you're not. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how to read Alex. All I'm gonna say is Daniel was right about Chase. He named me Alex, and I think Kate.
He named Alex. I'm going with Alex. I nominate Alex.
Yeah.
All right. Alex has been nominated once again by Guami this time. It's
Alex,
only our
you're a
second
werewolf? Just
only
tell
our
us.
second nomination. So
Just tell us, kill the
Alex,
suspense.
is your
tell us.
defense more than what you had last time?
No, just I haven't been suspecting the wrong people and whatever, you know.
All right, Alex, give us a suspicion, because if you're not, I want to know who you
Well,
think.
the last one I suspected with Caitlin, that was obviously wrong. So
Whatever.
I guess I said I didn't understand what Guami was doing, but Guami's Guami. So
Anybody else?
Ryan seems sincere, but I haven't played with him enough in what his explanation is. I haven't heard enough from Adele. Connor, he plays as Connor does. It's like he's a good player. I don't know which way.
All right.
So, famous
Adam,
last
can you
words
vote?
apparently.
Can I not vote? Can I hide under the table for this vote?
No.
It's the
This is
second
only
vote,
the
right?
second vote.
Oh, I don't know.
Up means save, down means kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. That's 1, 2 votes up, 4 votes down. Alex is dead. Alex is a werewolf. Everyone go to sleep. All right, just 1 second. Okay. Surely that has to be everybody, right? But we continue on. Motivator, wake up. Motivator, who would you like to motivate? Okay. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to see? All right. If we have a gun owner, please wake up. Who would you, if you want to use it, whom? Okay. Gunsmith, please wake up. If you have the gun back in your possession, who would you like to kill? Or who would you like to give the gun to? Sorry, you can't use it. Okay. Bodyguard, please wake up. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Okay. Bodyguard, go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like? Okay. And Den Mother, wake back up. Okay. And everyone may wake up. And to the shock of everybody, Caitlin, you're dead. We're down to 4. So what you know is there's not 2 werewolves and there's not
There's only
one werewolf
one.
and a possessed.
I'm not the werewolf. Okay, I know I voted up for him, but that would be a really dumb play from a werewolf. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a werewolf.
Well, listen, we would have lost that game, right, if we voted out the wrong person there. Like, I did
Yes.
not think there were 2 werewolves left at all.
The same. I thought that's why I was okay with voting him up, because we still had a 3rd vote to get someone anyways.
All right.
I didn't think it was him. I actually did not think it was him. He seemed sincere.
I only went with it because of Daniel's usually so good at naming the werewolves. I mean, he was wrong.
But then
with me.
Daniel also
He was
named
wrong
you,
with-
right?
He was wrong with me and Caitlin. He named both of us.
Well, and he had a suspicious vote on like night 3 that I called out. That's what drew me to Alex initially.
I kind of didn't like the whole. You guys were all laughing at like, oh, I didn't know what to say. I was like, all right, that sounds like a werewolf thing. That's why I voted out the first time.
All right, Connor, who do you trust the most?
I trust you. I shouldn't, but I trust you the most.
All right, Ryan, who do you trust the most?
Besides myself, I'm gonna have to go with probably Connor at this point.
Adele,
It's
same
just-
question.
Go on, you.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'll be genuinely surprised if you turn out to be the werewolf. Like, that would be.
And I'm gonna
So-
use this. I'm using this defense because this is the only thing I can use. I don't have a role, so this is the only defense I can use. I voted out Russ. I nominated Russ very early. I did vote out Chase, and I voted out Alex. Now the Chase one, we kind of were all believing Daniel, so that who knows how much that one values. But that's 3 werewolves I voted out. There's no way I would do that if I was a werewolf. Maybe early game I would, but not that late. There's no way. I don't know who to vote. Guami, I'm between Ryan and Adele. I was with Adele when he backed up Russ, but then he nominated Russ, and maybe he's the werewolf, and he did that on purpose, but
Did not.
because he did vote to save Alex, but I don't know.
It's just that his defense was so. No, just I don't know.
I don't know. I've never played with Ryan before either. I don't know how to. I have
See-
no idea how to read him.
I have Adele's voted against the group twice.
Against who?
The group. So as the group voted to kill, you were on the opposite side of 2 of those. Actually, 3 of those votes now.
Yes, I think I was, and as I was saying, if I were a werewolf, that'd be a very bad play from me, because werewolves usually try to join the side of whoever's voting.
Or is this a really good play?
No, it's not a good. I've never been a werewolf. I would be a really sucky werewolf, trying to be good.
All
But
right.
I'm not.
We gotta get this. This is it.
This is it. Yep.
We don't have a bodyguard to protect.
All right.
Well, again, we have no roles, right?
We have no
I have
roles.
no idea what that.
Which I don't know how 3 villagers and no roles make it to the end for the werewolf.
Yeah, 3 villagers and a werewolf. This is great.
If we don't kill anyone, we still don't lose.
So,
That's correct.
Adam, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Can anybody receive the tin hat, any role? So that
At the beginning, yeah.
at the beginning. So
Yeah.
so you assign all the roles, and then you hand out the tin hat. So it could be a werewolf. It could be
It could
a
have been the
villager.
Seer. It could have been
Anybody.
whomever.
Okay.
Anyone.
So that doesn't.
Okay,
No, it
who
doesn't
do you
clear
think will
Connor.
die
Doesn't
if we
clear
don't?
Connor.
No, of course it doesn't.
Who will probably die if we don't vote anyone? Is it Guami?
Well, I don't think we want to.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which
Is
I'll-
I'll probably die.
Because everyone trusts you so much.
Right.
I'm not sure if
Understand.
that's information you really want to discuss either, right? Because if we do
Well-
not vote, then the werewolf is definitely going to vote to
Unless
kill
I'm
somebody
try-
else that we
unless
didn't.
you're
I'm
trying to
voting.
mislead them.
I'm nominating Adele. I'm sticking with it. That's the one I've been.
No.
Don't kill yet. Don't
Don't
kill yet.
kill me, guys.
You
Do
don't
not
have
kill
to,
me.
but I'm. That's the one I'm leaning towards.
That's
I'm
our
gonna-
first nomination. Connor
Okay,
nominates
okay.
Adele. Adele, your defense.
I really don't have. I'm not the werewolf. Trust me, I'm not the werewolf.
You were Ryan. I don't know which to.
All right.
I am a villager. I don't have a role. I'm not possessed. Nothing.
Vote number 1. Up saves, down kills for Adele. 3, 2, 1. Vote. That's unanimous. Adele.
the first vote.
It's because it's first round.
I was so hoping. I was so hoping Ryan was going to vote down there.
I still think it's Adele.
I do too now. Like I did it because I was thinking if Ryan's the werewolf, he'll vote down, hoping that.
Oh boy.
I don't know what to say.
So okay.
Because if there's only one person suspicious of me, then maybe that's the werewolf. But now that there's 2, it could be one is reinforcing the suspicion of a villager.
Well, and listen. I am between. I am 50. I am not 100% on you. I would have. The reason why I nominated you, I was expecting if Ryan was the werewolf to vote down, and he didn't, and he could still be pulling a fast one on me. But that's what I feel like a werewolf does when it's this late.
Well.
No, but it is the first vote, so
I will come out in my defense and say, this is only my second game ever playing.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Oh my God, I don't know what to do.
This is tough.
I want to trust Connor,
nominated,
but
so it has to be someone other than Connor.
I don't think. I don't think we should kill. I think we have a better chance of 1 and 3 rather than 1 and 4. Although
don't kill anyone, but you're probably going.
I don't think it matters.
It's not going to matter because they're probably going to kill me anyways.
I don't think it's going to matter. I mean,
For some reason, I'm just positive you're a villager.
You're positive I'm a villager.
For some reason. I don't know. But I've been bad at reading people, so you could be the werewolf all along.
Is that because you're waking up every night and you see he's a villager?
Could be. That would be positive you're all
villagers. Kwame doing that fake prince move.
It's a villager move, right?
Yeah.
It's a very villager move.
It only made me nervous, but then once we voted out Russ, then I was fine. I was confident he was good then.
Well,
like,
if
Russ was good, I would have voted out Kwame.
I'm going to tell you, if everybody's, I'm going to say, if Adele, if you and Connor both think that Kwame's a villager, then that leaves me with there's only 2 choices, right? Adele and Connor. And
everyone, yeah, and I think
my
it's
point
either
of
you
view,
or
right?
Connor, and Connor thinks it's either me or Ryan. Yeah,
and I'm still leaning toward Adele.
I'm not surprised.
Just based on the voting, just based on the voting pattern and some of the body language.
I'm leaning more towards him to you. If you would have voted down, I would have jumped ship. I would have probably went to you, Ryan.
Well, I'm still suspicious of Connor. So
I know that's just how I play.
So I think,
but I think if we don't, I don't know if not voting is going to help us.
I don't think it changes.
Because Kwame, if they kill you, then
if they kill me, oh my God! Then
we have a 3-way of people suspicious of each other.
And if they kill you, I'm probably gonna die.
If they kill you, yeah, exactly.
And it's GG because I'm not the werewolf.
Do we have a second nomination?
This is so hard.
But if I'm not dead,
I don't know why they wouldn't kill you.
That's what I'm thinking. If everybody thinks you're a villager, you be the person they're going to kill.
Yeah, you're the only one who doesn't trust anyone else.
I feel like you've already
painted
enough picture that if one of
kill
us
Kwame, we kind of said kill him.
Yeah, great. I almost want to leave it to you guys.
It's almost like
one of you 2 has to do it now.
Well, it's almost like, if we do wait, I think our odds are better. It goes from 25% to 33%.
But it's still
that's about it. It's going to be a shot in the dark.
I'm going to die.
I think it's going to be a shot in the dark.
I'm going to die.
All I'm going to say is I'm going to give, whether we win or lose, I'm giving the werewolf credit here. You're doing a good job. I have no idea between Ryan and Adele, and I don't think it's Kwame.
my God.
Yeah, that's the biggest surprise if it's Guami.
Yeah, if it's Guami, he's throwing us off a loop. He's toying with
That is
us.
the
Thinks it's him.
That's an amazing game if Guami turns out to be the one.
That's hell. Oh, why?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Somebody nominate. We got to make this decision.
Okay, if we're gonna nominate, then I'm gonna do
All
something unexpected, and I'll nominate Connor.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
We'll lose. I mean, we won't lose. There's still going to be you guys deciding.
No.
No, we still have one more round too. This is only second nomination.
No, I know. I'm saying if you vote me out.
No, we lose if we
still
vote
going
you
to
out.
be.
Yeah, correct.
And if we don't vote him out, the real werewolf is gonna wait. Unless you're the
I
werewolf.
mean, if you're the villager and we vote you out, we lose.
Right. We have to nail it. We can't.
Yeah, there's no second
It's
chance.
either, the two options are we don't kill or we kill the werewolf. So
I'm gonna go for it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't
okay,
think we have
got
good
it.
information. I think we're gonna go. We
All
don't
right.
kill, and then we see what happens.
All right.
I think
this
we
is our
kill.
second nomination. This
We
is
should
for
kill.
Connor. Up saves, down kills. 3, 2, 1, vote.
I so wanted it, Kwame. I was like, come on. One of you two vote down. Please. Oh, I wanted it.
All right.
All right.
You two did not make a mistake. Whichever one of you is the werewolf. Good job.
Mother.
It's a 50-50, Kwame. I'm for one of them.
Well, Ryan made that nomination, so it has to be one of the other three.
I already nominated. I
No,
can
you-
nominate again, right?
But you can
You can nominate again.
I don't want to be the one. I want you to do it, Kwame. I already did
Why
it.
me? I don't want to do it either.
Yeah, Guami, it's your
Listen,
decision.
I called out Russ and got him, so I feel like I already killed a werewolf on my own. So it's your turn. You find one.
Russ or Adele, who should I pick?
Look, I am slightly more suspicious of Ryan than Connor, but I know Connor's a good player, and that's why I can't.
It doesn't help me.
I know it doesn't help, but
God.
my notes are useless as well. I didn't get anything from my notes. It's garbage. Sad.
We can choose not to kill.
I just don't think that changes anything.
Just gets
oh
the
my
game
God.
going. Instead of 4 people sitting staring at each other.
It'll be 3.
No, I'm pretty sure I know what will happen if we don't kill. Like,
I abstain. I would rather people choose from 3 than from 4 because I am so torn.
I mean, we can do that. It's just, it's the same situation.
we are choosing from
Why
3.
am I
Each
doing
one of
that?
us is choosing from 3. You're not gonna choose yourself.
Kwame just doesn't want to participate. He doesn't want to be in the. He doesn't want to be either the one who decides the victory or decides the loss.
I think we're looking at it mathematically, right?
Yes.
Going now, you have a less chance for the villagers to win.
Yeah, but mathematically, I'm picturing, and I think Ryan and Adele can attest. I'm picturing Kwame's not even in this, so it's the same. It's the same situation.
I'm gonna nominate if no one nominates. Because I know I'll die if I know I'll die on Guam if no one nominates.
Well, I don't think anybody else is. So
I nominate Ryan.
all right. It's our third nomination. So our third vote.
Because I think he
Bad
was
move.
pushing for
Ryan,
the
come
no
on with
kill.
the roll
Ryan,
right now.
You're
Ryan,
going
you
to
have-
lose now. I have no role.
You have to convince
It's
me.
possible it's
You
Connor,
will lose
but
now. So
Me,
again,
I
I've
just don't know if it's Ryan.
voting with the villagers, trying to, you can probably just tell by the way I've just been working doing the game, is that I've been trying to find the werewolves every time. I've been questioning people. I've been pointing them out. I've been, doing everything I can. So I'm a villager. If you vote me out, villagers lose.
All right. This is our final vote.
almost convinced
Up
me.
means
as well.
save. Down means kill. This is for Ryan. 3, 2, 1, vote. 3 votes up, 1 down. Not enough. No one dies. Everyone go to sleep. What an exciting day. Let's start with our motivator. Motivator, wake up. Who would you like to motivate? Okay. Seer, wake up. Who would you like to see? Okay. Gun owner, wake up. If you have a gun, I think now would probably be a good time to use it. Okay. Gunsmith, if you have a gun, who would you like to give it to? Okay. Bodyguard, wake up. Bodyguard, who would you like? Okay. Werewolves, please wake up. Werewolves, who would you like to kill? Okay. Go back to sleep. Den mother, wake up. All right, everybody wake up. Adele, you're dead. Adele was a villager.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So here's how, when it gets down to the final three, we'll let you talk for a little bit. Then I want you all to, when we first time to vote, everyone will write down a name.
Kwame, if I was aware, I would have killed you. I would have played with those two going after each other. Like, oh my gosh, Kwame. Man.
So when you guys are done talking,
I would say the werewolf has played a very good game. I think I'm convinced now more than ever for some reason. I think it's Connor.
It's not me. Oh my gosh, no, please do not do this. Don't do this. Come on. I have never made it this far because I'm always so suspicious.
Every time you've made it this far, you're the werewolf.
No. Listen, come on. I don't know what else I can do. I couldn't have played a better game.
Oh,
I found Russ.
So
I got Alex. I got Chase.
Connor, you could sell me on why Kwame is the werewolf.
I don't listen. I don't know, and that's why I think it's you, Ryan. But
all right,
if Kwame just messing with us right now.
I can't believe
So Kwame, what are your thoughts?
And I hate this. I hate that
I've been so.
It makes sense in this.
Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. You guys are killing me. All right.
I don't think it's Kwame. I do think it's you, Ryan. I don't know why you just didn't kill Kwame.
I'm not the werewolf. I mean, one reason.
Kwame, great game. I mean, holy cow.
So if he would have killed me, let's say Ryan was the werewolf.
Okay.
And if he would have killed me, then who would you have voted for?
I still was between the two, and
because it seems like you were more leaning toward Adele.
Yes, I was leaning more towards Adele because of the Russ thing. He defended Russ earlier, and the only reason why I backed off a little bit is he was the one who nominated Russ.
So, with that logic, if you were going for Adele, Ryan killing me should have been an easy win.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm so confused. That makes no sense to me. I honestly just think he wants you to vote me
out. Unless
out.
He's pulling a Candace.
I don't know. I think he just wants you to vote me out. I don't think it's you, Gwami. I think if it is you, I'm happy to give you the win, but I'm sticking with Ryan.
All right.
I'm
ready to vote.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Everybody write down the name of the person you want to kill.
Really? Okay.
And if two of you write down the same name on the first vote, that person dies. If not, then we'll try it a second time.
Good
everybody,
job, Werewolf.
everybody ready to reveal? 3, 2, 1, reveal.
You guys
Two
just
votes
lost.
for Ryan.
Really?
1 vote
You
for
son
Connor.
of a bitch. I mean, she's
Oh my
God, it is Connor. Oh.
Connor, as soon
How
as
do
I
I get
died,
away with this? How do I get away with this every time? I don't know how to.
All right. Let me.
I hate my life.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
mute
Connor
everybody.
totally messed up that way.
I'm gonna mute everybody and explain how poorly or really well that the village did. So, on the first night, the Seer, who was Elliot, saw Connor. Connor was wearing the tinfoil hat, so he got this. However, Elliot was also possessed, so I don't think he came out because he was the possessed Seer. Then that night, you killed the werewolf, or our motivator, Manny, picked Connor, a werewolf, and then they immediately killed Manny, and they killed Nick, who was your drunk gunsmith. So you never had a gun in the game. And then, let's see, you killed, the next person that was killed was Elliot, your Seer, before he could say anything.
Yeah, there was that night one I looked at Russ.
Yes, you did. He did look at Russ, so he did know Russ was a werewolf. And he was very adamant when you killed him, but I guess nobody listened to him. So then the following night, you killed Joseph, your enabler, but the drunk was already gone, so it didn't really matter. Then you killed Daniel, who was your prince, so he never got to come out. Then you killed your first plain villager, which was Blake. Then there was the double vote on... Oh, wait, no, you had Chase in there. Chase was the den mother, so he died. He was the first werewolf to die. Then you had the whole Russ thing, which was the tough wolf. And then you had Caitlin, the bodyguard. And then you had plain villagers, which were Ryan, Guami, and Adele left, and Connor, the plain werewolf, in his tinfoil hat with Alex, the other werewolf.
I need to play every game with a tinfoil hat. I think that should just be a rule. Every game I play in, I get a tinfoil hat. Because I am never going.
Connor, you're so dead in the next game.
I'm
killing you no matter which role I have.
ever in my life. Like,
I'll never be able to play again with the Seer check.
as soon as I died, I looked over at C's. I'm like, Connor's the werewolf, isn't he? He's like, yeah. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
But I will say, the one very lucky thing, if you guys would not have killed Elliot and you would have killed someone else, the werewolves would have won on day one. Because he was possessed, and it would have been 5-5 because there were 4 living werewolves.
Oh my
so you
God.
actually got lucky killing your Seer.
Because he was possessed.
Because he was possessed. Yep.
So I just want to point out there was one point where you guys started talking about the possessed, and all of the werewolves immediately came out and said, "No, the possessed can't be in the game right now," and nobody picked up on it.
Manny, you motivated a werewolf on day one. I don't want to hear anything from you. Okay.
I want to ask something. I want to ask something for the 4 last remaining players.
No.
You were saying like oh, the werewolf's gonna kill Guami during the night. Nobody thought about why isn't the werewolf gonna kill Connor during the night?
Yeah, why not?
Isn't
He's
he a
not
good
that
player?
good of a player.
Shouldn't he be killed by the werewolf?
Well, we all went
was
around and
suspect
said
of-
who we trusted the most, and we all said
Yeah,
I think that was
it was mostly Guami. Yeah, they all intercepted.
Yeah, but nobody thought about like, oh, why is Connor never dying during the night?
Hey, my defense was I killed all my other friends.
Yeah, but
I just wanted to
was
say,
really rough of you.
Guami, that's so typical of you to do the classic switcheroo. Like you go and naming the 2 of the werewolves, Alex and Connor, and then after Alex dies, you just completely trust the other guys. How is that possible? I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't
just
know.
want you to know, Blake, I did protect you.
Appreciate that.
I just really want you to know I did not think you were a werewolf.
I was so
I didn't think you were either.
Because
I'm
I had
so
the
glad we're on the
tinfoil
same
hat.
page now.
I had the tinfoil hat, so I'm like, sweet, the Seer's never gonna know. But then the motivator gave me the thing. I'm like, crap, now the motivator's gonna know I'm a werewolf because we got 2 kills. So luckily we killed it, but I really thought it was Daniel or Joseph. I thought one of those 2 was the motivator. So
Yeah, I knew you had a role. I thought I thought you were more likely a villager than a werewolf, but I figured if I give it to you now while the village is super strong, if there's 2 kills, then I know, and so that's why I picked you.
Just don't give it to Connor in general.
I gotta
Not a good idea.
I learned that lesson.
I gotta go to sleep, but it was a really fun game and very fun rolls at. I'm in good moderating, so. Good job, Connor. You did a good job.
Yeah, that was
great. Great game. I'm going to sleep as well. So see you everybody. Thank you for the game.
Nick, that
Be like Draco. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas.